My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me. My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me. My channel. My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me. My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me. My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me.
Oh my goodness, I'm always small. You probably heard me running around in the background. I've had the worst time with this microphone. Hey, Sammy, happy Saturday night. I was about to say, I probably got hot mic'd and all sorts of stuff. I had to make sure my microphone was correct, because if I don't turn off my telephone before I turn on StreamYard or anything, it wants my phone to default as the microphone. I don't know why, but it does. And so I have to shut everything down restore everything. Technology, it just doesn't. It's wild. It's wild. Anyway, hi. Thank you for that super chat. Happy Saturday night. Drop it down in the chat where you're coming from this evening and exactly how many inches of snow you have, if any, or if it's snowing. And yes, we finally, oh my gosh. So I have spent, I don't know how many days preparing for this snow. And I, had a fire going and, staring out the window. And now it's finally coming down. We finally have a fair amount of snow coming down. And so I thought we could just check in too real fast with the National Weather Service and find out what the temperature in Bradenton is. I know that our good friend Tim has dropped a video out, and I was gonna actually make sure. And hey, Catherine, thank you also for being here this evening. Hi, nice to see you. Oh, let me show the comments. Let me share. There we go. We got a troll Tim with a buy me a coffee over here. Yeah. So I've been, like I said, running around, snow prepping, and let me share the screen. Here we go. Let's see what we're doing over here. Oh my goodness. So here we are. Here's Virginia Beach. I don't know if we can zoom up. There we go. I'm right over here in Virginia Beach. Oh, what happened? I disappeared. It says I have hazardous weather conditions over here. Here we go. So I am in a winter storm warning currently. So that's where I'm sitting at 21 degrees Fahrenheit or -6 Celsius for my European and antipod friends. Kia ora, Catherine. How's my Maori going? Kia ora. I'm sure I could do actually. You got over 11 inches. My goodness. That's a wild. You're 80. Well, you're going to sound like Tim if you start, bragging too much. It's nice to see you, Angel of Glass. We got all our moderators in the house. Lovely to see you. Yeah, I've been so busy trying to get ready for this storm. I pulled out a blanket the other night that I had, like a big one that I put under my other sort of quilt. And it comes out in the really cold weather. My fire's already died. I had a fire going since about 5 or 6 o'clock this evening. Maybe about 5. Anyway, it's just died. I don't have the time if I'm on a live stream to go over there and keep stoking at that fire. So it's probably good that the coals are going to die out. But at some point I'm going to have to close that flue because it's going to get cold. I called my work to let them know I may potentially not be at work tomorrow. So I may be going live and celebrating the 1st of February with everybody. But yeah, thank you all for letting me know where you're coming from, how cold it is. Some of you may actually be, I know Miss Vicky told me today, let me get rid of this banner over here. I gotta like and subscribe. I got it all going on over here. I know that Miss Vicky told me that she was getting some snow today, so I know she's been getting something. Let's see how Tim is doing in Bradenton. I know he was bracing down for a storm. So let's get over there to Bradenton. Currently, he's got light rain. Good job. I don't work as a meteorologist on the Weather Channel. And windy at 45 degrees Fahrenheit and 7 degrees Celsius. So that might be chilly for Tim. He looked like he was bracing himself for a fair amount of actual wind with the trailer. It looked very packed, so we're gonna just get over to that. So if you have had a chance, make sure you hit the likes when you come in. I wonder too, I had a poll question about Tim and the weather. course now. I can't remember. Is Miss Vicky in the chat? Oh, hey, Vicky. I was just saying, how many inches of snow do you have? I might have missed your comment. I'm trying to. That's why I have the 3 moderators, not of the apocalypse, in my chat. Because only 3. Has to be 4. If I get a 4th moderator, then they can be the apocalyptic moderators in the chat. Just make sure you hit a lot and let everyone know we're here. I was supposed to do. I know. I've been all over the place. You got around 9 inches. Oh, that's a lot. Yeah, I'm trying to decide. I did put salt down today. I've been so busy. I told Vicky, because I kept telling her the other day I was going to try to go live, because she asked me about the members. I was members only, which I still need to do. There has been some exciting updates. And I have been so busy with actually being in retail establishments, which I don't generally. I usually order everything. And I actually went to like Target and Kroger and different places to get supplies for the weather, and obviously making sure the dogs have their stuff as well, and that we're all prepared. Like I said, I went and opened up a bag and smelt one of these blankets, the one I wanted to use, and it didn't smell great. So we put that over to the laundromat, because I don't have a washing machine that's large enough to take that big king size blanket that I have, because I do have a king size bed in my bedroom, because obviously I have dogs, large dogs that share with me. So the bigger the bed, the better. So yeah. All right. Well, let's get over to YouTube, because I told you Tim has just released a brand new video. So we're going to watch his latest one. He did say he wanted to get back. So I did want to talk. We'll talk. Oh, so here we go. Let me share this tab instead. There we go. So we know Tim's going to be a little chilly tonight. And I always laugh about the fact he always talks about wanting to go on the carnivore diet, or, whatever, prior to somebody's birthday or something, where we know quite clearly that Tim is not going to be able to manage his appetite or manage his anything. So I don't understand why. He does these things before the holidays. Now I might have to come off camera at some point and jump on my bad for me snacks that I have. Sarasota who? I don't know. His numbers went down. That's what I wanted to point out first. So for all his chat about, not that my numbers are massive. I go up like 8 and then I go down 3. So I don't read into it. I can't believe that people are so angry at my content. I just have the droves unsubscribing at that rate. So I always do wonder. But they do have some potential that maybe somebody just has a dead account and they haven't used it, and YouTube's clearing out people's accounts, So there's any reason as to why, you lose a subscriber. But Tim is on a downward trajectory. He had about 2 years ago had about just over 63,000 subscribers. So in the 2-year period, he has gained 4,000 subs. So that's been his growth over 2 years, 4,000 subscribers. Not that, like I said, my growth is massive, but then again, my content is around somebody whose channel isn't growing either. So what do I expect? But he's down to 67.4 thousand subs. So he went under the 67.5. So he has recently lost subscribers. And I wonder if it's the terrible misogyny that he's had, and wanting, to find a woman, not as a partner and somebody that you are, having a formed relationship with, because he doesn't understand any part of anybody's relationship. All he sees is what the woman's doing for the male partner as far as her, completing household tasks that involve food and laundry, basically. And if she's providing food and laundry services, then Tim thinks that's what makes for a good woman. And if she's got hair and makeup done for it, even better. And his comments around Jolene and the things that he said, and talking about her doing the dishes, and the fact that he never once offered to say, "Oh, I'm going to offer help her with the dishes." Nothing. He just grinds my gears. He grinds my gears. He just, you know what? He just does. He just does. So I'm glad his subs went down. Screw you, Tim. All right. So Tim has been, he didn't put out a lot of content from his visit. And he had mentioned when he was driving down that he was going to meet up with his son, Christopher. And we didn't see or hear of him meeting up with his son at all. And so a lot of the things that he talked about didn't seem to actually transpire. In fact, the talk about they talked about potentially going to eat at a Greek restaurant for Teddy's dinner. And we didn't get anything around that. I don't know if he was told not to film, or they just didn't end up going out to eat for Teddy's dinner like they talked about, the Greek restaurant. Maybe they didn't want to spring for Tim. I don't know. I feel like I have a lot of unanswered questions on Tim's travels. I just really do. He's Dr. Quinn. What happened with Dr. Quinn? I'm missing everything. Sorry, what happened here? I was one of 10 subscribers that left 2 months ago. Oh, well, I'm so glad. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I'm glad you caught that, JJ. Thank you. That's why I have the chat up here, so you guys are still stars down here on the live stream. I may not. Oh no, Bertie, you're showing off. Tinika Tukatua. You're doing awesome. I think that's awesome. Never marry a woman who keeps her maiden name. I'm sure either that would be a feminist to him. There's too many Mrs. Bakers out there. Tim said he always, wanted to be old fashioned and provide for his spouse. And then he said he would run out of town on the rent. And then he left them pretty closely after they had children. So you just have to be curious as to how much of a provider was Tim. But he still had a few views, surprisingly. So this is what we've got, guys. Tim's channel was not very exciting. So he drove to Boynton Beach. I'm sure that was 4 days ago. I don't even think I covered this one because I've been so, like I said, slamming a doodle getting ready for this snowstorm, which I know once because I took the dogs out just before for a long walk at about 4 o'clock. We hadn't had any snow, and I'm gonna have to get out one more time. I'm thinking that we're gonna be getting more. I don't know. They said 4 to 6 inches. Not as much as a foot. My friends in North Carolina are gonna be getting slammed, unfortunately. So be safe. Be safe, Miss Vicky. Be safe. Okay. So he drives to Boynton Beach. This is where we get to hear. This is this FOMO. This is this idea that we've got road trips, and Tim always talking about he's going to go out west, he's going to go here, he's going to go there. I always feel like he feared the fear of missing out on Teddy and Jolene and Teddy's birthday and Teddy's birthday cake. I mean, we wouldn't want to miss out. Hey, thank you. You've been waiting for this Tim talk. Oh, well, thank you, DJ Shelly Shell. I've been waiting to make sure I've had the energy to properly conduct a good live stream, you know? And like I said, I've been storm prepping like mad. And also trying to make sure I did laundry and just everything I need to do, just in case we lose power or whatever. So it's just been very busy around here. And obviously also, you know, prepping the outside of my home, even though I have like a tiny patio and stuff, making sure that was taken care of, the car, you know, gas, tire pressure, you know, just a bunch of stuff. It's wild. It's been multiple weekends in a row now too that we've been having to do this, but I think this might be the big kahuna today. So I have a feeling I'm not going to be driving to work tomorrow because it's going to be far. So, but thank you. Yeah, let's get to the Tim talk. He's been really boring. Well, in the background on the stuff that we talk about in members only, it's actually been quite exciting. At least, you know, in some ways. Okay. All right. So Tim drove to Boynton Beach. Then we have, you know, this is when he got over here. And this was just a terrible video, guys. We're not even going to take any time with this video because it was not very exciting. Then we've got this like pitch black. This is okay. We're going to go over here actually just to get something. Because it's short, but it's just shows they still got their Christmas tree up. That's hilarious.
Happy coffee morning.
Oh, Tim, I haven't got you fast enough. So this is the morning of Teddy's birthday, and you're welcome, Tim, because I know he talks about the fact that the haters, you know, watch his stuff and he gets views 1.5, of course. And you know, and I'm happy to do that, and I just hope everyone is safe if you are finding yourself in any inclement weather or whatever, and wherever you are in the country with whatever is going on in your backyard. I hope everyone is staying safe and sound at this time. Anywhere in the world, actually, but especially here in North Carolina and on the East Coast and up in Minneapolis too. Be safe, everybody. Okay. Take it away, Tim. Show us how you did so little for Teddy's birthday and how it seems like you showed up because nobody else is at this birthday thing but Tim. Now, there was talk, of course, was Tammy was there in the area potentially because the house was sold and maybe they want to get out of the weather because where they are living now is really getting pummeled by the snow up in Charlotte. My goodness. I used to live there, Rock Hill, that area. I used to live right there. I have friends in that area, so they're getting really hit. And Kill Devil Hills in the Outer Banks. I have friends who live there too, and they're getting really slammed as well. So, yeah, be safe, everybody. All right, Tim. This is terrible. Oh, I think too, this is not the one where they talked about the toilet paper. So if any of you have not watched him, in the video, one of the videos before, he talked about the fact that the one thing that he did come with to Teddy's house was a full pack of toilet paper. And Teddy joked about the fact that Tim would probably go off with 3 of those rolls home. He wouldn't even just leave the toilet paper behind. Oh my goodness. And then Teddy makes them, you know, Teddy says some things that are outrageous too. Teddy, I gotta go. We're gonna go back and re-examine Teddy and Jolene because they have definitely become second side characters of Sarasota Tim. And I've got some things because Teddy made a comment about Jolene. And this is something we'll do in the members only. Maybe if I'm off tomorrow, that's the members that I'll do with the members. We'll do a really good members only live tomorrow because I've got some updates about obviously the demand letter. That was interesting too, considering the timing and everything. It's just interesting. There's some real good stories to that. And I was so sad. I was so tired at night because I was like, oh, there's been some stuff going on. And then I did one day, I really got into finding out why Teddy called Miss Jolene the $2 million girlfriend. And I found out why. And so that's something else that we'll cover in the members only. All right. Take it away, Tim.
Morning to you. I'm down here in the tiki hut, and I brought my Bucky's fire pit. I got it sitting right there, waiting for Mr. Teddy to come down for his birthday. And with the ceiling in here on the tiki hut, the fire is creating a heat that goes up to the ceiling and then comes back down. This whole area, even though it's open on the sides, is definitely nice and cozy in here. It's 52 degrees, which is not bad, this morning. And I slept so amazing on the bed in the Love Shack last night. Well, they're called
Miss Vicky covered that on her channel. It was the home of Tammy's son-in-law and daughter. Had been pending for a very long time in Florida. Oh gosh, Miss Vicky knows the area. I can't remember. Miss Vicky's the one who's been covering that one, but it finally officially closed in sale. It finally is no longer pending as a sale. It finally closed because it was a very expensive property, but it was down there in the I guess it was the Miss Vicky knows. I can't remember. I don't want to say the
but since it's
wrong address.
Tight Pants Point, I'm naming it the Love Shack.
Delray Beach. Thank you, Miss Vicky.
Folks, that's the best cup of coffee I've been drinking in my life. I get it down without choking. I came down. I was the first one out here, and I clicked the coffee pot on right there. I got out of my Love Shack. I did break out my 20-degree sleeping bag I bought at Walmart. I was just so curious if it would work, even though Jolene made the bed on this amazing mattress that she picked up.
You know, for the money that Tim spends on stuff, he could probably get a hotel room and stay in some comfort. I'll just, get up early, Tim, and drive over and get the fire up and whatever. But just go stay in a hotel. It's just so wild to me. I've already told people 1,000 times on this channel. If I wasn't offered a space by a friend in their home and they were cool on it, and of course, I'm always going to either take them to dinner, I'm going to do something, bring food, whatever. I'm never going to come empty handed or not do something also or help with dishes or whatever. Even if I'm staying at the hotel down the street, I'm still going to help with the dishes if I go over to have a meal. This guy just wants to be waited on hand and foot. I hope you left Miss Jolene a tip. Oh, he got upset because he had to do a little work one day. Oh, Tim, you don't show up with anything. Of course they're putting you to work. Maybe if you showed up not empty-handed, they wouldn't put you to work. Have you figured that one out?
That they got, to put in here. I helped to move it in over the holidays.
Wasn't it that he showed up too one time and he showed up with coffee for just him and he didn't even bother to call them ahead of time and ask them if they wanted coffees and brought them coffee? Just rude like that. Constant.
If I got under the blankets, and she made a very nice bed for me. I didn't even use her. Hope it doesn't make her mad. I was just so curious about my sleeping bag. So I slept on top of everything with my space heater. The space heater didn't do too much because the place isn't insulated yet. There's still some things to be done. But it was way better than being in a tent in a little tiny confined thing to get in and out of. It was nice when I had to get up in the middle of the night to, pee. So it was a great night's sleep. And so it was after 5. Went to bed at 8:30 because we do go to bed very early here. After dinner, and she does her dishes. They like to go in there and watch TV. It's getting cold out here. So they go to the little cottage they have. And, rather than sit out here by myself, I just go in there and got in bed. I did take a little sleep aid last night to help me out.
No.
And I was off. Grabbed that sleeping bag, unwrapped it. I said, let's see how good a 20-degree sleeping bag is. Well, it's true. They do embellish the numbers. A 20-degree sleeping bag will keep you very, very comfortable at 40 degrees because I did not shiver or feel cold at all. And I wasn't hot either. So that bag, if it's 70 degrees here at night, which is what it is most time, that would be too hot. So I would likely unzip it and just kind of throw it over me, which is fine too. So very good procurement for $35. Here's Miss Jolene. She was already in here a few minutes ago and took Mr. Birthday Boy a little coffee, and we're going to surprise him with this little fire. Jolene loves it. You think, man, that's really cool.
Well, one, he talks about the fact that Jolene made him up a bed in the Love Shack. Just couldn't, he would have let her do it too. Absolutely. Fire. made by Tim for Tim. Just happens to be Teddy's birthday. That's Tim's gift to Teddy. So for what Tim is implying in this video, Tim's contribution to Teddy's birthday is burning illegal firewood, because from what I understand, it's treated wood that you're not supposed to burn. But it's Tim.
It was under $100 over at Buc-ee's. I kept seeing him when I stopped at Buc-ee's making videos, and I said, man, I got to get that.
Oh, and I know why.
As you guys know, I used to do the fireside chats at night with it. I'm sitting outside.
Oh, and I know more reasons as to why he might be obsessing over Jolene. Promise you.
It will come in handy when we go out to the desert. And we do a little motocrossing during the day, and then when we come back to camp that night, we'll go over the day's events, sitting around a nice little fire. It's safe and legal than burning something out maybe where they don't want you to burn a fire or something. And it's instant on. There's no waiting around.
I know. It's going to have to start singing Jolene, 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 Jolene. I'm begging on you, please be my girl. I'm waiting for Ted to pass, and I hope you come and be my best.
Although the fire they make is better because it puts out a lot more heat. You can cook on it. This one you can't. It's just, but I was going to set it right over here in the corner, and I got the idea because I had it in my gazebo that Vivor sent me. And anytime you have a ceiling where the heat goes up and then it has to come back down, circulate. And so you feel it in here, Jolene?
Yes, I do.
It's really nice.
That we'll cover all of that in the members only.
Like I said, it's only 52 this morning.
I don't think he does, though.
It's not too bad. You can't keep that heater down. It's going to be warm today and nice. So, well, that was cup number one. We're going to have some more. The birthday boy will be down here in a minute. We've got a couple things to give him. And congratulations to Mr. Ted for being around and being such a good host and having himself such a nice mate here to provide this wonderful place down here in Boynton Beach, Florida, that I've been able to enjoy for many years. And it went through some growing pains when Teddy was by himself here and, trying to get it together. And Jolene has come in and just totally transformed this property into a very nice place to be here. And we have nice people that come around and visit us. And
we have nice people that come around and visit us? Since when has your name been on the deed? Not that your name isn't associated with that property. There's some interesting things that go on potentially there.
He's a staple in the neighborhood, both of them. So he'll get his walk in later this morning, keeps up his exercise. Like I said, he's rebounded from that leg injury he had. And then Jolene and I, she likes to walk too if she can. But we'll probably walk to the beach. It's going to be perfect for that. We'll get our steps in. And then I'm meeting my son today at lunchtime. He reached out last night. He watches all the videos, of course.
So I don't remember him ever saying anything past that about the son. Did we hear anything else? I don't know. I don't remember hearing anything else about his son other than this. Beyond this comment, I don't remember him talking about it. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong.
And him and his wife are going to meet me at some place, some nature walk place in Deerfield Beach, Florida. He lives in Fort Lauderdale, so it's kind of coming up a little bit, so I don't have to drive as far. And that's cool. And then we're going to dinner later afternoon. Jolene and Ted invited me to join them to this Greek place or something like that. No, it's a Cuban. It's a Cuban place. And they go every now and then. It's really, really good. Not too far from here. So we're going to go check that out. That'll be fun. So we got a lot of events going on today in Boynton Beach, Florida. And I'd say I'm crushing it.
Cuban restaurant. Sorry, not a Greek. A Cuban restaurant. Did I say Greek earlier? Was I thinking about something Greek? Maybe I was. Tim, I just don't remember any of this actually ever happening in his videos. Like, I don't remember him. Okay, so we're going to go to a next one. So, comments, what gift did you get him? And Tim never responds because toilet paper. Tim got toilet paper. We covered that one with Timmy and the toilet paper. I know we covered that one. Covered that when he first got into Teddy's and Jolene's. We covered that because I went live and he was there and we covered it. So we did this one. So now we've done this one. Tim goes and walks like 3 miles and sounds like completely out of breath. And so he walks. Then they talk. She does the apple pie. Then he does this afternoon chat, and I just don't remember him. I thought he was supposed to be with his son that day. Or did we just not? This is weird with the days. Like, was that day, was the day he was supposed to meet the son? Then we get the pie. And then we didn't get anything for him for the rest of the day. And I don't know if he mentions it here. So let's watch the apple pie. Because I just don't remember if he sees the son or not. Okay, take it away. This is where he just like completely unhelpful.
Doing. Look, pie crust, homemade pie crust. These apples here. He's getting. Look at these peelings. She's got this little gizmo. I don't know where it went, but
no wonder
it's an apple peeler and a core remover. She was showing me how it works.
It's made. The company is called Johnny Apple.
So you stick the apple on that, obviously. You rewind it way back here. No, you pull that thing out first. You then put the apple on. Like she says, it's a lot easier when it's clamped.
I know.
Then she pulled this.
Yes.
She pushed this. Oh, it clamps on the thing. Yeah,
Yeah, I can show you with an apple.
Oh,
Do
that. Yeah. Then you can push this down. And then I'll eat it.
Oh no!
Oh, we're going to demonstrate right now.
Oh, is that what I do remember him when she said about that flashlight? Oh, Roscoe, you look so cute. Roscoe's like almost, he looks adorable. You're being a very good girl, Junebug. You keep us safe. That's right. I remember him mentioning something about that flashlight. Oh my gosh. That's like an apple peeler core thing, isn't it? Anyway, keep going.
Now, this thing is so cool. Look how small a little strip it takes off and then the core. It doesn't waste much. No, it doesn't.
Is that on tight, Ted?
Pretty much.
So you
This
take
is
the bottom
amazing.
and kind of line it up. Try to make it as level as you can. Push it all the way in. Then, yeah, it's going to be wobbly, but this is on a spring.
Look at that.
Sorry.
That's because it's not on. Doesn't take long. Look at that. Then it goes on in.
Yep. And now.
Oh my gosh! Look, the core's
core is
gone.
there, and then you're left with these pieces. Whoops.
Oh, it does that?
Yeah. See how it.
That's good that the weather's cold. Jolene's got her pants on.
It's all connected.
Oh, holy goodness! I'm gonna eat it.
Yeah, you can. Here you go.
Want to take this one with you later? Oh, you can have it.
Feed
You
the
can have it,
fish.
Jenny. Mmm.
Yeah, that's Fuji.
So anyway, she's making another pie crust. So how many pies you gonna make?
Or just one.
We don't.
It's a deep dish, so.
And these are delicious apples. What kind are they? Really good.
Actually, those are gala.
Mm.
I know they don't suggest gala for a pie. They suggest the Granny Smith. But
I made a lot of apple pies and they would give them away at Christmas time. When I lived in Queens, New York, I had a big pie plate, big one, and I'd make the crust just like she's doing, all homemade. And then
They don't do like the meat pies as much here as they do in the Britain and probably down in Australia, New Zealand and stuff, or even Europe. I don't think so. Americans have to say that. I'm trying to think. More like quiches. You might get bacon in it. Oh, chicken pot pie. I'm so out of touch. Chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie is very popular here. You can get pot pies. That's what they call them, pot pies here. So, like, you can get vegetable pot pie, and another popular one would be chicken pot pie. I had a really good mushroom pot pie the other day. Sorry, I had a flash suddenly. I had to think about it.
we would use the, what were the tart ones? Granny Smith?
Granny Smith, they're
Yeah,
green.
The green ones.
Very
yeah.
tart.
And I'd use a third of the sugar they tell you to
Yeah.
use, and it was plenty sweet. Just
Yeah.
a third of it.
That's what my friend Raffaella does when she bakes. She uses like a third of the sugar.
Yeah.
It tastes great.
Yeah, that's I
That is
Catherine's not really thinking about shepherd's pie. She's thinking more like a chicken pot pie, like pot pies. That's the type of pie she's thinking of.
going to be so good with coffee. Oh my gosh. What do you got in there with the apples?
It's brown sugar and a little white sugar, cinnamon, and a bit of allspice.
Old Spice perfume?
Not Old Spice, allspice. I guess,
Allspice.
yeah, that probably sounded like Old Spice.
Hmm. Doesn't that look homemade? Because it is.
Yeah.
You ever put,
Well, that's going to be the top crust.
Yes, I do. Said.
you put raisins in it too?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You want to try a little one?
Oh.
Got sugar on it? That's carnivore, baby. Oh, man.
It pays to be a senior citizen.
That's pretty darn good after eating this naked apple. But this is delicious apples.
Yeah.
Oh, boy, the cinnamon and the sugar in there. Ooh.
I was wondering, what could you actually eat at the Guapos?
Well, as long as it's meat. Tim's on.
It's they obviously let him come and stay. So, but it's an interesting dynamic. You know, they obviously have known him for a long time. They know what he's like. They let him come and stay.
I know that.
So I don't know.
Chicken? No, I don't think that's things.
We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. I'm going to steal another one. Yeah. This is carnivore.
Yeah.
This is carnivore, right? Chips?
Where was it?
It was, you know, where I had those containers I needed to put in the
I don't even know why he bothered.
plumbing and stuff. They were
Yeah.
right there at the end.
Birds of a feather. That's
Oh,
right.
by the garbage cans?
Yeah. Anyway, it was right beside it.
You remember how I told you guys that OPBs, other people's boats,
Yes.
are the best boats?
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you another OPB. Other people's birthdays. We can get capitalized on the cake goods and pies and
So, Tim,
stuff.
was it worth the trip all the way over here from west side of Florida?
Well worth it. Well worth it. We're just getting going here. We're going to go to a Greek, I keep calling it Greek, a Cuban restaurant here soon. And then we're going to come back. She'll have this baked up.
So supposedly Tim had at this point gone to meet his son for lunch. But I would have assumed that, you know, if they were going out early to dinner, then he would have missed any time with the apple pie being made by Miss Jolene and the time to bake it and her to remove it for them to leave to the restaurant. Because you're obviously not going to leave a pie cooking in the oven and go out to eat. Just, you know, it's not going to happen for a number of reasons. So it just, he mentions nothing about it after this. So I just wonder. He was going after this while the pie is baking. Okay. Well, let's see what, oh, thank you. Okay. Thank you, DJ Shelley Show. I didn't, see, that's why I need other people to hear him. I think I'm listening, but I'm not, obviously.
Yeah.
That's why I
You're a
can't
lucky guy.
keep with the chat,
Really?
not keep up with Jim.
Bye.
Man.
Okay.
And then we're going to put it in our circulating.
Yeah, you got that.
So
What do you call it?
she was making this pretty early. Okay. And he said he's eating before he even goes to lunch. Okay. Okay. And then he disappears for the rest of the day.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So that makes more sense.
Mhm.
Boy, that's what-
Timeline
that
wise.
one she found online. The guy had it in Florida here, right?
I know.
And they're
Yeah.
commercial convention.
Yeah.
Like a $600 unit, right? So this guy wanted to sell it. He said, "I'm not using it anymore." So what do we get it for? 150,
Actually, 280.
280, and it didn't work.
Well, the fan did not circulate. So what's the point?
Well, I was going to show you were pinching it, but I guess you got some more to do.
Yeah, I just want to add a little butter inside.
I don't know if that visit's coming up in February. He kept talking he was going in February to see people. He was asking Jolene when her birthday was. She's like, July. Tim was like, darn, that's just 6 months away.
Man.
It didn't work right because the fan didn't blow. You know, it goes to shut itself off. So we took it open, and it's made beautifully inside. Premium wires, connections.
Oh,
first class. The one
no.
wire wasn't connected to the fan.
Yeah.
It's like, and I put it back on, we're perfect. Nothing fits in it.
Oh, he stole that one.
Yeah, we did.
Uh-oh.
The other one we got at the restore. Remember?
Can't keep
Yes,
his hand
we didn't pay
that
away.
was 90. That was a good
My
buy
God,
because
he's
it was
eating
bigger.
fruit.
I'm just overlapping this so the juices won't come out.
She makes beef jerky. What's other good thing that she makes these
Best
like?
beef jerky in the world.
It is. They sent me on my way with some beef jerky when I left here to Jacksonville. I stopped at Bucky's and bought some beef jerky because I ate hers. It was like filet mignon. It was so tender and delicious. They had the toughest. I couldn't even like leather.
But
But chicken soup is famous. You know what she made the other day? I never had before, which was absolutely great.
So
Cabbage
bad.
soup.
Oh, sounds good.
Oh,
So bad.
veggies
Just
only,
leave it.
except for
Leave
the
it in the
veggies.
fridge.
you know, like,
Last night those beets you made were great.
oh, good.
I mean-
These are so good for you.
yeah, they were.
I can't tell you the last time I had something like that. Look at this. This thing's great.
Sometimes we buy them in a jar, pickled beets.
Yeah.
They're really good.
So should I put A for apple or T for Ted?
Tim's saying in his mind that's T for Tim, not Teddy.
Because I have to poke it.
Oh, just put a big T in it.
How about a TA?
Ted's ass.
Ted's apple.
Oh, Ted's apple. Okay. Sorry. Okay, strike that one.
Your birthday's coming up, right?
Mine's July 15th.
Can't wait till July.
You're gonna be up there then.
I'll be here.
Not here.
Of course he'll be there. He'll hope that Jolene will be baking a cake for her own birthday that he can take a piece home.
Don't come here.
Oh, that's right. We're going to be in New
Get a
York.
piece to take
That's
home.
right.
I'm gonna use the same oven up there too.
Well, there it goes, folks. You've seen it live. Is this any good?
Well, it's dough.
Mm.
Sorry for touching it.
Wow.
That's why everybody hangs out in the kitchen when they go
Man.
to somebody's house.
And that's for the fish. We
I'm
got
sitting back next to my fire here. So I'm going to be what I say.
Tim brought his Bucky's fire that he's going to take home with him probably. A thing of meat he's going to take out the freezer and back home with him. And some of Miss Jolene's apple pie.
57 tonight.
And his toilet paper.
No, that's warmer than last night. So we're doing all right. I guess the clouds are going to hold in the heat tonight for us because it's very cloudy out there. But yeah, we're going to be going to have our dinner here soon and come back to that delicious pie and coffee, and that will be crushing it. Well, this is a big moment. We're down to the last few hours of Ted's birthday, and we've got his 79 candles here, one for every 3 decades. And you got to make a wish. You got to blow them out. And you can't tell anybody what you wish for because
So this is after dinner, after Tim went out with his son. We didn't even get a video of Tim driving to see his son, which if his son didn't even want to be on camera, Tim is, absolutely somebody who would generally film a video of him going somewhere in the car and just talking and talking and talking. And we didn't even get that video because remember he said he was going to go and meet his son somewhere like a little bit and out. And it's like we didn't hear or see any of this. I mean, not to say his son has to be on camera. His son has been on camera in the past, but we didn't see anything. Like I said, Tim driving there, driving back, and Tim for not to just stick out, a video just to make money when he could probably hook up on their Wi-Fi quite easily. It seems odd to me, unless they don't have Wi-Fi. Maybe they don't. Maybe they're not that techno. Maybe Teddy's not that techno. He's trying to get on one of the neighbors' Wi-Fi.
wish won't come true.
You might get it.
Maybe that's what stopped it.
So happy birthday to you, Ted.
Homemade apple pie.
Yeah.
You all saw how it was made by
Yes.
my $2 million girlfriend. And I want to continue that.
Yes.
And you too, Tim.
Yeah, okay.
And, you want any of this, Tim?
Huh?
You want some of this pie?
I do.
I love you guys.
I love you.
You a little bit more. Whoa!
You're going to get your wish.
Good compression.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
You
you.
want some volume?
Happy birthday, dear Teddy. Happy birthday,
How
you.
old are you now?
And many more. Ah, man. Great. We're going to enjoy this now. Hope you guys enjoyed the singing.
Oh, no. Terrible singing. So I just find it interesting because it just seemed like, why didn't we get any videos between, that was interesting that we got that video of the apple pie being made and then just, strangely, nothing of him going out to see his son. I mean, usually we would get just a random driving video. Just interesting. We didn't even get a random driving video. Okay, then we hear Teddy talking about his background, and then Tim does an long afternoon chat over here, and just talks away. This one is slightly, oh my gosh, they're all long. Prepare to get in here because I know I definitely want to look at this. This is the meat he probably bought back from Jolene's house. This is where he braces his thing. So let's get into this one real quick. Let me see. Let's get into the AI summary. Let's just summarize this. Let's ask AI. Let's find out what this video talked about. All right. So in this video, Tim spends an afternoon at Tight Pants Point, sharing various updates and observation. He talked about moving that furniture. He noted his elevator, how the furniture is good for the floods. He talked about how Jolene is reorganizing the dishes. And Tim just suggests purging due to redundancy. Tim barking orders. Then he talks about the weather and local life in Florida. He talks about a fishing boat. Reflections on life and companionship. Okay, let's do this one. Because the rest of it was boring. So let's get to here. And then, because it's only a little bit then of the video. All right, Tim, take it away. Because Tim is looking for a lady. Keep telling you guys, he's using YouTube like a dating service.
Because life is too short to experience it, even if you're happy, and you're adventurous like I am.
Oh,
It is a lot easier to share and to help each other and to
yes, thank you for sharing such a very nice message. Thomas Winters, that's a very appropriate moniker, if it's truly your full moniker. Everybody be safe during this cold and snowy winter. Yes. Yeah, absolutely. We have been having some, I have a blind in front of my window. I know Miss Vicky's been pretty well hit. I know any of us out through, I think was it coming through South Carolina, parts of South Carolina. North Carolina is really getting pummeled. And now Virginia Beach is, see out my window, I'm getting hit. I'm going to have to black out my self while Tim talks and check the snowfall. The dogs and I are going to have fun going out. But as you probably saw in one of our community posts, they got little jackets. Thank you so much for that lovely message. Thank you. Thank you so much. Appreciate that.
bounce ideas off each other and stuff. It really is better to have you a mate. I know this because I see Fred and Rafaela, I see Ted and Jolene, and other couples I know that they just got something going on together. They just mesh. And all the RVer people I know where I live, those ladies, those guys are all like-minded with each other. She wants to come down from the snow, and he does. She wants and doesn't mind it being an RV, and he does. Others are like, no, I'll go down there. I only got the snow. We got plenty of money. Let's just buy us a mobile home. Let's just buy us a home. Let's just get us a condo, a villa. There's all levels, and I'm open to all that too. I don't have to be in an RV. In fact, it's not even easy. It's easy if it was just a few months, but not to live in. No, not with two people. No, I couldn't do that. I'd have to have a regular home, villa, condo, apartment or something, to cohabitate with somebody. Hey, look, they're coming out. Coming out. Wake up. You just sit here and the boats go by. He's got 3 engines on the back of that run.
Tim's like a squirrel. Just, So you know what he's looking for, ladies. He's looking for somebody who, just like him, you're going to be happy with what he does. And if you question what he does, you're out. Unless you come with a lot of money.
$25,000 to $45,000 a piece. I don't know. And drink gas.
Comes with a lot.
Plus the boat.
Lot for the table.
So much money. These people over here, they got to make mansion or put in a pool. They just call them up, bring it in, build it. So much money in this world. Somebody doing something everywhere.
But he's talking about, what he sees in these relationships are just that these women are caregivers towards these men. But he hasn't really reflected on the aspect of where these men are caregivers for these women. Because that's the part that he's not coming to the table with. And that's the part he hasn't quite worked out. I promise you.
There's people in Las Vegas right now, sitting in front of a slot machine.
Oh, thank you.
There's this guy right here going down the intercoastal.
Thank you so much. That's going to make it fun because I'm probably going to not go to work tomorrow. Let me check Nightbot or drop it in the chat now as to which of you just got that wonderful gift from our good friend Sora Soda Tim. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do so because his shorts and his videos are so much fun. Sue Flute, mainly Maine, hectic moments reactions, Pentaxenstein, no coast. Thank you so much. That was wonderful. Thank you. Appreciate that. I hope everyone gets the chance to enjoy those memberships. That was wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. That was so good. Thank you. That really is fun. Thank you. So keep going, Tim. Tell us what you are praying for in a lady. What you're looking for. I mean, let's take a look. Okay, because my grandmother, yeah, that was so nice. It really was. And it's so fun because he's been so wonderful at helping grow the Life and Vibe Good Life community. And I promise you, we're going to have some good updates. And like I said, it looks like we have a lot of snow. So probably after this live stream, I'm going to call my contact at work and let her know I'm probably not going to be driving, because my drive is like 20 some miles to my job. And they've asked people to just stay clear of the roads so that the plows and everybody can actually clear the roads. And when you're on the road, you're just a nuisance. And so since I'm not like essential employees or stuff anywhere, you know, I'm not going to worry about it. You know, my job wants to tell me off. That's okay. That's why I don't work full time. That's why I'm a part-time employee, so that I don't have to have the same type of expectations. All right. Look at Tim's view, though. This is obviously very different from what we're going to see when he gets to Bradenton. And this is, yeah, we do love his videos. They are funny. They are hilarious. And I watch them a lot on my TV, so I always try to like, which is why sometimes I'm rarely seen in the comments, but I try to get on my phone. Anyway, sorry. I'm just seeing these chips, and I just want to... Sorry, I'm a little munchy tonight, guys. Okay. I've been out in that cold weather, doing stuff. Maybe a little hungry. Okay. So here I had to salt everything, and my salt was working for a little bit. I mean, it's still going to work, but it's now, I can't see. It's not clear the path anymore. But my grandma had a house on the water here in Virginia Beach. And obviously this is beautiful, you know, and absolutely gorgeous, you know, getting this view. Obviously, you know, Tim has to come out, and we'll see shortly the Bradenton slab again. And Tim had once been here, and he misses it. He can't afford this. Not many people can. And they got this not at what the price is for what it would be sold now. This property has gone up rapidly in its value over the last few years.
Single engine boat. One motor.
Tim's so jealous.
Hey, they're starting to show up, aren't they? Must be a sign. Oh, it's the weekend. Is it Friday or Saturday? I don't even know. Look. It's like when it rains at 4. Another single engine. All the broke jokes are out. Single engine. That's a 2-stroke. I can hear the sound of it. Wow. But the people at the beach now.
I know.
Over at the inlet fishing.
Broke jokes. Yeah. Yeah. Because, you know, I guess comparatively to somebody who has got a $2 or $3 million boat, I guess you all broke. But Tim, that's their recreation vehicle that they get to play in. Your recreation vehicle, you have to live on that. And you got to brace that thing down now. And you had to leave your friends because you were so scared that your house was going to get blown away. You better get those cinder blocks out.
There's somebody everywhere doing something. What are you doing? Are you enjoying your life? Is your eyes seeing what I'm seeing right now? Are you experiencing joy? And I'm not even doing anything right now. I'm just sitting here and I'm just loving it. All the waves are crashing in from those boats, bringing the waves in. And look, I've never seen so many boats go by with a single engine. Another single.
I mean, it's broke joke. It's broke as a joke, I think, is the actual phrase. Broke as a joke. But I guess in this area, if you don't have like a really, you know, Tim, if they have any just ability to have a little bit of a scoot around on anything. Like I said, it's up from where you are, sir. Tim's talking about buying a boat. Next thing we know, the motorcycles are going to be sold and Tim's going to be buying a boat. I just don't understand what keeps him in Bradenton at the moment, other than the proximity potentially to Fred and Raffaella. That's it, because I'm not sure. So Tammy gone and no longer in that apartment and stuff and out of there. I'm not sure why he's hanging still there. And his son's not near there. It just doesn't make any sense. Other than cost of living. Like, it's an inexpensive port for him to live in. Just, it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense.
Job. All the broke jokes are out. March 8th, time changes. Won't get dark till like 8. That'll be good. Hey, that'll be when I travel. I'll be able to get more time of driving in.
Oh, here we go with the travel. Here's that fear of missing out. Here's that creator clickbait. All the time talking about traveling. Talks about traveling constantly. Constant travel that never really materializes. Or if he does travel, what travel did we see? We didn't even see him travel to the place where he was meeting his son for lunch. That was supposedly some wildlife reserve. Wouldn't it? You'd like to see where that wildlife reserve was? I would have. I don't even know if he went now. Never talks about it ever again. Makes you think that it didn't happen in the end.
Riding time in the desert won't get dark on me so fast. I do not like getting dark at 5 o'clock.
Go on.
I do not like that.
Never hear about it. Bye.
There goes Teddy. We're going to be Ted now.
Uh-oh. Yeah, Teddy's going out and enjoying his, property. There goes Teddy. That's not you, Tim. It's Teddy's life. Tim is envious. The difference between envious and jealousy. And Tim's just envious because he can't have any of it.
What's he holding? Ain't no computer. He don't have a computer. What's he got? Just sit down in his chair. Time for a little relaxation.
No, it's a sign that don't go bother him.
What do you got? Hey, what do you got? Computer? Oh, God. He got it made, doesn't he? He don't care about nothing.
Tim is just so envious. Teddy's got it made. He's like Teddy just trying to enjoy his day after his 79th birthday. And oh yeah, he wants his life so bad. Oh, absolutely. What was I think the way he talked about it, because there's a video. If you want to watch Teddy talk about his, I think we'll go into that in the members only more. But I believe it was he was some type of motor mechanic, like owned a shop in Queens, New York for car repair. Is what I'm gathering. That he had his like own business. He wasn't like the mechanic. I want to say he owned the mechanic shop and probably had maybe a number of mechanics who worked for him. I want to think that's potentially what he did. Is that what anybody else is? Because that's what I felt that I heard him say when he had his talked about his video about being in Queens, that he was a car mechanic. I don't think he was an engineer. I want to say he was a car mechanic. I want to say that's what he did. Okay. All right. Tradies, yeah. Well, especially if you own the actual garage and you are the owner of the garage and you have a number of mechanics working at your shop, then you're going to do even better. And I think that's potentially how he got maybe more of his money, was the fact that he owned the business. rather than just being the employee of a business.
He does what he does. You know what I mean?
That makes sense.
I hope to be where he's at when I'm 79. Let's mosey over do something else.
I heard he had an engineering degree as well. But when he did that thing about the Queens, he talked about having a car mechanic shop. And talked about repairing cars. So he didn't talk about anything with an engineering degree. So, but who knows?
He's going to take his shoes off, lay down, relax.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
just going to go somewhere else on the property or get my truck
Thank you,
and go to the
Charlie.
inlet or something like that.
Okay. So he worked as an engineer and then he opened a mechanic shop. Okay. That makes sense. All right. There we go. Mystery solved. Like I said, if you want to go to Teddy's video where he talks about his life in Queens here with engineering. Here we go. See right here. Engineering degree. Tim put it in the title. There we go. I just remember I only heard the part where he talked about at the beginning about a mechanic's shop. You can see I didn't get very far in this video. So I don't think I listened to all of Teddy's 35-minute history. Sorry, guys. I need to listen because Teddy and Jolene are now official side characters. So we can potentially just do videos on Teddy now. All right. So Tim gets an afternoon chat here. Hold on, Tim. This one, he looks like super sad suddenly. It was like he got real saddy face looking. Let's get a summary. Let's get to some interesting parts rather than just listening to 25 minutes of nonsense. Oh, gosh. Here we go. All right. Here, we're going to have to start here at the travel plans. We're going to have to go back. Oh, he helped Miss Jolene find a new iPhone that was a refurbished one or something. Because Tim is always having to be Mr. Tech. Video features Sarasota Tim at Tight Pants Point in Boynton Beach discussing his plans to leave due to an upcoming cold front with temperatures expected to drop. All right, so let's start. And then he talks about, okay, let's start from here. Weather and travel.
Looking at the weather because, you know, it's supposed to get chilly down here tonight, real windy tomorrow. And, I mean, unusually raw for even us down here. Well, you know, there's a thing called temperature and then there's a thing called the real feel. You ain't even going to believe how cold it's going to be here Sunday morning. So I'm out of here. I was going to stay. I have no problem staying as long as I want, really. But it's just like, what fun is it? They're going to be all hugged up in their cottage around the heater. They're not even going to be out here on the tiki hut because it's going to be uninhabitable. We're talking 16, 17, 18, 19 degrees. Now, I bought a 20-degree sleeping bag, but you know, they always embellish it by 20 degrees. So that means it's only going to keep me warm down to 40. And I figured that would be good because normally it doesn't get that kind of cold here. And when I go camping out west, I'm sure it's going to be later in the year where I'm not going to experience anything much chillier than that. And I should be fine.
Roscoe's getting upset. Roscoe, go sit in your chair, please. You're not going to get a chip. You can't eat this stuff. I'm not supposed to eat it either.
So I bought it for $35. Great sleeping bag. I love it. In fact, I might not even get in my covers anymore. I might just put it on top of the bed like I'm doing now.
Okay, that was a full on. That I was waiting for that. I'm sorry, Roscoe. I know you want one of my things, but you can't have it.
No. I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have this. So I beg it. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
Mm-hmm.
With it. But when we saw 17, 18, 19 degrees by Sunday morning, I said, I'm leaving. I'll come back in a few weeks when Tom gets here. A friend of ours that's coming down from New York. He always stays for a whole month.
Now we got Tom from New York. So we got this whole host of stuff. We're supposed to go see his son, Christopher, for lunch. I understand if Christopher does not want to be in a video, but we did not even get a driving video, which is wildly unusual for Tim. Especially since, you know, the whole idea of, you know, having travel is to create interesting content for the audience, you know? That's why, I mean, he constantly was telling his audience all the time about his travel. I don't see anything. John and Carol, that was somebody else he was talking about he was going to go stay with. He was staying with them in February, going to something with Teddy and Jolene in February. And now he suddenly went at the end of January. I don't know if he just doesn't know dates well. I don't know.
Shut up. I'm going to come back, and I'll either ride the bike over, or I'll bring my Kawasaki over, or I'll just come back over in the truck and hang out and have a good time. When it's fun and it's fine, and you can go to the inlet or the beach, or sit around and get some sun. This is ridiculous. So payback is hell, isn't it? All you folks up there that have been a little bit like I've been rubbing it in about, hey, wish you were here. We're getting it too. I mean, it don't have to snow to be cold, right? 17 degrees Sunday morning, and all through the night, I would be absolutely freezing my butt off trying to stay here. So at least it's going to be not even that cold. It's not even going to be that cold. It's going to
oh my goodness. He's getting so upset about the weather and stuff, and the fact that he has to stay in the love shack and it's getting chilly. Tim, just stay in a hotel. I mean, I just don't understand where this person is just totally incapable of springing for a hotel room. It was so funny in the video with Darling recently with that guy, Justin, who was obviously a high stakes gambler, lost his money and disappeared. That's why Justin was gone. And then he obviously met Tim, didn't think much of Tim, decided he never wanted to give him a, share in one of his comped rooms ever again. Probably thought Tim was a higher roller. But then, because Tim acts like a higher roller. And then realized that Tim was too cheap to even want to play at the tables. Yeah, I'm sure he pulled out some Crushing It for Christ or some lie.
in the 30s over in Sarasota, which is really weird because we're more north, but it's on the West Coast. I don't understand why that we're getting that clipper here. But I can tell you this, that in my camper, I've got a TV and I've got a furnace and I got 2 bottles full of propane. And I will blast that heater and that electric fireplace, whatever it takes. I will be warm and I will be entertained and I will have my...
That sounds like he's trying to start a fire inside that RV, man. I mean, he says it's the best way to live ever, yet he's pretty upset, I'm not even got my heater past 68. I made sure I had the AC guy come out and did the tune-up, make sure everything was good, got the new filter on, got my wood. I had my wood fire going, just this little thing, Worst that we could get is, obviously loss of electricity. We are expecting some high winds, but like I said, I tethered everything down. It's just, best. I mean, houses get hit too in some bad storms here. So
refrigerator and I will be at home.
I know how it can be.
But there's a freeze warning. They came out with an email at my RV park saying, I do have to concern myself too with the fact that freezing pipes, you only have to worry about in a house when it's 32 degrees for days. But in an RV with little skinny pipes and above ground and your small hot water heater, maybe I do need to be home and get that hot water heater on, or maybe let my pipes spigot, drip a little bit through the night or something. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I got to go home and take care of business. So I guess tomorrow morning, it'll be nice tonight. It's not a big deal. But boy, I think it's going to change tomorrow. And, I'll just run across State Road 70 and get back to Sarasota sometime early afternoon tomorrow. And be just fine there in the old Flagstaff 25 FKBS. Yeah. Oh man, I hate to leave. I was going to stay. I was going to play golf. I was going to play with my subscriber friend John over here. We canceled that already. We thought it wasn't going to be able to happen, but I had no idea how it could not happen. There's a little bit of rain tomorrow between 11 and noon. It's going to come in here, and that's when things will plummet right afterwards. So, like I said, I'll have breakfast with them in the morning and put all my things that I got in the truck and head back to home sweet home Sarasota. So. That's what's going on, but this is the calm before the storm, man. I mean, this is really weird. I don't recall ever being that cold here. So it's that global warming, That's what it is, right? God. I mean, I'm sitting here in my t-shirt. It's a little cool, but the winds, as you can tell, are down.
Now, did his subscribers not want to be filmed? Because we didn't see anything about even him getting breakfast with any of these people. Next thing we do, after this, he braces down. Sorry, I'm snacking. He braces down in Bradenton. Yeah, he wasn't happy that this trip had to be cut short. And he's sent to the cold depths of Bradenton. Tim, I've got some snow coming. I just checked. It's coming down now.
There's no wind blowing. If the wind was on it right now, it's probably in the low 60s. It would be, chilly. But I'm fine right now. 17, 18 years. I just told my daughter, God, I just can't imagine And why is it colder here than the West Coast?
Make
that's
sure
further
we
north?
got so many wonderful folks. Make sure you hit the likes. 141,000 souls in the chat. That's what God told me to say.
By 80 miles. It's strange, but it is what it is, my friend used to say. It is what it is, the New York way. So tonight we're having, well, she's making chili tonight. We're having chili. Ooh, yeah. And we put up a new antenna today on the Tiki Hut that gets the air channels, you know. It's on a big, long pole. We had to take out the chainsaw and cut a couple limbs off a tree because the antenna, I'll show it to you. The antenna was hitting it. And I went to the gym and showered and made a video for you guys. Well, maybe I'll add it to this. I don't know. I forgot to upload it. But I was driving back and some guy was blowing his horn at me. I kind of lost it. And he was wrong. I was in the correct lane and he thought I made an illegal turn. And but here, see this big tall pole? Look, see the antenna up there in the palms? So we had a limb that we had to cut, but that's their TV antenna. And man, we got some great 1080p quality channels and all these new Western channels. He likes the Western channels too. So we're gonna put on some TV later and get it going. There's one of the chainsaws right here. But they have one that's electric. It's a long pole one that can really cut. And I'm looking at these coconuts here. I don't think I can reach them without a big ladder. Cut those off. Look at me. Got my t-shirt on. I just can't imagine. Hey, look, there's that boat. There's that boat. You pay. It goes out Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I think it's the only time it works.
He running. He's just like, he running. I just started a poll, guys. Check it out. So the poll is Tim staying warm in Bradenton tonight? We're going to check over in the Bradenton area in just a moment and leave the beautiful area where he is now. Crushing it with propane heaters, say 27%, 29%. No, he is cold and miserable, say 73%. Well, that's kind of changing. And then finally, he finally sprung for a hotel room. Thanks, nobody.
Yeah, so much. Let me turn the camera around. Right there. It's the, what does it say?
He's back in 2 weeks. He's back in 2 weeks. Yeah. Oh,
it's over there where the banana boat is, 2 Georges. And what it does is it runs up and down the intracoastal here all the way down to Limehouse. And I understand if you pay it, you can get off of it and get back on it all that day, that same day, without paying again. Or you can just sit on it. You're tired of riding on it. But I've always wanted to get on it. Yeah, you can buy sodas, alcohol.
Well, then go on it.
Maybe I got a couple snacks or something. I don't know.
There will actually be content.
Cool. I'm putting a pool in over here next door.
Could you have done that on one of your afternoons for content, Tim? That could have been interesting, actually. That actually would have been content. Could have actually maybe written that one off of your taxes legally.
Hey, you want to sit down here again?
So Miss Vicky sent me a very interesting video about a councilwoman in Charlotte, North Carolina, who just got charged for wire fraud for having received nowhere near the amount of PPP and Small Business Administration money. It was like 40-some thousand. We know that Tim had 58,400 just on the EIDL. And she spent some of that money on a lavish 50th birthday party. Now she's in trouble. So they are starting to get some people. Just surprised they haven't gotten Tim.
Let's sit down here. Finish up this video. One of my last videos until I come back next month. Well, here we are. And there goes another boat. And just like yesterday, it was a single engine boat. I mean, normally the only thing that goes by here is $1 million boats, you know, either big yachts or go fast boats. And all these broke joke boats are going by.
Oh, gosh. Well, you know what? The joke brokes that you're trying to like diss on Tim are still doing better than you are, because you're sitting on the side of the dock talking about it rather than being on any of them. $2 million or $2. You're sitting on the side of the dock.
Stuff that I could actually afford.
Yeah, there you go.
I did make a comment the other day about selling a going and buying a boat.
Yeah,
but
see, it is more than you can afford. At least that's about the, oh, look at that. That's about the most honest amount of truth you've said in a long time, Tim.
I don't know, man. That's like the last thing I need. Those things are such a hole in the earth, a hole in the ocean to fill money in. Here comes one. What's he got? He's got 2 engines. 2 Yamahas. Nice. That's a nice little boat, right?
And if you haven't checked out Source Soda Tim's channel, he did a great video showing about how Tim just tosses stuff out all the time. How he just gets stuff, like he got pistachios, didn't want the pistachios, just toss them out.
Their center console.
It's just,
looks like
he'll regret it.
24
probably.
foot. 2 Yamaha outboards on it. And you can go fishing, water skiing, scuba diving. You know, over there in Sarasota, you can trailer it over here. The truck can pull it easy. Tie it up right out here. Another single engine. And there's a lot more of them still out there than I thought. You have any idea what something like that costs? If you don't buy like,
Tim keeps talking about all the time how he's going to hitch up this trailer. That all these people to see all this fun, exciting stuff. You know, the people who aren't watching just to hate watch and are literally watching because they really do. And I've seen people, they do believe that he really has good content. And he doesn't travel anywhere. And when he does go places, we don't see anything. He just clickbait. It's just terrible. It's terrible.
something kind of old, but a nice, good Yamaha motor on it. Maybe a newer motor. If you want a new boat, a new motor, and a new trailer,
You think he's just...
big bucks. Big bucks.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
expensive. They are expensive. Also, yes, I need to get my eye drops. I look at my eyes right now.
Oh,
Today I was
gosh,
cutting
here we go.
that tree, the limb for the.
Oh yeah, I need to go get my eye drops. Really, Tim? Tim, that I feel like sometimes the boat has sailed with the eye drops. I mean, you need to use your eye drops, but because you just don't take them consistently, appropriately, and regularly, that you are just look, your eye, look, it's just bulging. This, I mean, the pressure is just, and you don't have any sunglasses. Just you don't care.
The antenna, a little piece of sawdust from the cutting went right in my eye, my left eye, and it was aggravating me. I got a Q-tip. I finally got it out, and it's been red ever since. So I need to get those eye drops that I ordered.
That's
have an eye
not why
doctor
your
appointment.
eyes are red, Tim. Your eyeball's not red just because you got a piece of wood chip shaving. I mean, what a sad fish that was. He got put to do a little tiny bit of manual labor potentially and help with a little bit of firewood. Now is bitched and moaned. Sometimes people, how are they friends with this man? About the fact he got a wood chip in his eye. You know? Now he's going to have to get a Q-tip. That's why his eyes are red. No, Tim. It's because you have unmanaged, uncontrolled glaucoma. And you just don't take care of it. That's why your eyes look like crap.
To
Hold my French.
next week. So
That's a
check
medical
the old
term.
pressure, see how things are going. And I'm gonna ride back over here. I think the month of February is still going to be a month to stay away from traveling out west to where I want to go. I really would like to go a little more north in the southern desert. The 395.
But I certainly wouldn't suggest poking a Q-tip in your eye. If you're going to get something in your eye, get an eye wash. Just get warm water and rinse the eye. Open the eye and just rinse it with warm water. And try to get whatever it is out of your eye. And just blink your eye into like a cup of warm water. That would be the best way to get anything out of your eye like that. Just get your eye and lubricate it out. If we get anything in our eyes when we are doing anything as RNs or medical folk, that's why we have eye wash sinks that we can go to and stick our eyes and just wash it out. It's the best thing to do. So don't go sticking Q-tips in there. Q-tips are not to be stuck in ears unless it's just here to clean around, the pima of the ear. You don't stick it in the canal. You're just going to impact your wax. You're just going to pack that wax in your ear, actually making problems worse. Better getting hydrogen peroxide solution and cleaning your ears that way, like with a mix. Don't put anything solidly hydrogen peroxide. Oh my gosh.
I was already at pretty high altitude. I'd love to go up and down the 395 from I-10 all the way up.
He is a geezer.
And
He is a
March would be
geezer.
probably the very soonest that it's going to be.
You know, he is an absolute geezer. You know, we're gonna have to play that now because that's what he is being.
My channel's a geezer channel.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Got a bunch of geezers watching me.
Yeah, he got a bunch of geezers watching him with stick Q-tips in their eyes.
For night and camping and doing that kind of thing.
Wild.
So February's a short month. January's over. You know, we're 4 weeks away.
common
No big
sense,
deal.
Timmy.
I'll come back over here, spend a week or so, and
Yeah, that's
have a
right.
good time. Visit Tom.
He's smarter than anybody else. Smarter than everybody. He's got so much common sense. Said nobody. Everybody who sees how you take care of that RV. If it gets impacted with any weather, Tim, I'm telling you, that thing, it just we'll take a look in a minute. Keep going, Tim.
And
You're so
that's what
happy
retirement's
out
about.
here.
Just go at your own pace. There's no hurry.
He's
Got all
really
year long to do what I
not.
want to do.
He claims he is.
Definitely going to try and go up see my daughter and hang out up there with the camper in the dog days of summer, and try to
Oh,
go,
here we go.
to
More
upstate
travel.
New York to the Adirondacks up there to the lake where Ted and Jolene have a place.
Here we go. More travel. He did get to see the daughter. Hasn't gone out west for a while. This is what I'm telling you. He's talking about all this travel all the time. This is like his clickbait because he doesn't go and travel anywhere. Just clickbait, rage bait for a lot of us too.
And kick it with them for a little while up there. I hope this year, like I said, is going to be
Make sure
a
to hit
banner
the
year
likes
for
coming in,
building
guys.
memories and checking off all the bucket list things and redos and reboots and stuff like that. So very excited about it. And even right here, right now, this is awesome. This is really awesome. This thing is comfortable. Yeah, I own it. OPHs, baby. Other people's houses. OPPs. Other people's pads.
That's the way Tim likes it. Never having to worry about any responsibility, any cost, any hard work. This is Tim. This is Tim at his finest, at his happiest. I'm thinking this is Ted and Jolene's actual. Is that the Love Shack? That might be the Love Shack.
Other people's boats. Yeah, been calling it that for years and years. And it's true. Like here's Mike's boat. Hey, Mike.
Or maybe
He's
that's
a friend of mine.
Jolene's
You know, we're not real
actual
close, but
house.
I know the guy. And I go out anytime I want. He's always going out on it. When I had my boat, you're always wanting people to go out with you. You know,
You can't tell if that's actually Teddy and Jolene's home or the Love Shack. I think that's the Love Shack. I want to say I saw anyway.
not to necessarily give you money, but you know, it's courteous to do that. But you just want somebody to go out with you. You know, they don't have one, and
Oh
you want
God.
to share and have a good time. And it was always hard to get people to go with you. They're like, nah, I can't. I'm not doing anything right now. Telling you, man. This guy here with the side curtains. Pretty cool. Protecting his junk. This guy's got him a little,
Thing is, when you're going out on the boat, you got to commit time. Like, you're not going out for an hour or two. You're going out for like hours. And so sometimes people don't have, because to take a boat out and do all that, it's effort. So if you're going to go out, unless you're on a docked boat like that, it's in and out quick. A lot of time, it's a lot of work trying to get the boat out. And then the cost and the whatever else. And, you know, or if people getting invited along, every time I've gone out on the boat, it's a time commitment. You're not in and out. You know, you're going to be out for a while.
cover. Little cutty cabin job there. He's got a cover. Oh, gosh. So Teddy was going to be putting the oil in that cylinder that he put on his convertible.
Oh, here we go.
So you get the convertible up and down the 66, 67,
Okay.
whichever it is. Fairlane out there. Fairlane 500.
You love
I'm no
the
good for him on that. I can't help him. I said, I can supervise you if you want. He goes, you mean distract me?
That would
And
be
then,
fun.
so I did the helping the moving of the.
I mean, that would actually probably make his channel interesting, but we can't expect to have that type of really good content. You know, we don't even really get the travel. We just get the talking of the travel.
a dresser cabinet.
When he
in the
travels,
tiki
it's
hut.
terrible too.
I used my back and
see
muscle for
anything.
that.
We don't
And then
see
I cut the
anything
tree down
here.
today, and we put the debris on the back of the
You
tailgate of the
see
crusher and took it to the road. So I did that, and then you know, did my
He's probably sitting here watching us. Give us a like, Tim. Let's do that for my channel. Come on, mate.
other thing at the gym and all. I haven't been over the inlet. It's too cloudy. It's not pretty. There's nobody there. We're going to walk in the morning because the cold won't come till
No,
tomorrow
he's not
afternoon around
qualified.
sunset, and the rain comes at noon. So her and I are going to get our walk in the morning. I'm definitely going to do I'll be all wore out trying to sleep.
Hey, I promise you, I only like it on sailboats and stuff like that. I don't care for military ships and stuff. My father, my stepfather was a ship's navigator, and I spent a fair amount of time visiting the various ships in that specific smell that comes along with military ships is something else.
I'll be wanting to sleep on the way back to Sarasota, but
Got drunk
that'll
there
give
a
us 4
lot.
days in a row of 3.5 miles each
Yeah, that's
morning.
what they say.
So 12,
That's what
12,
they
15
say,
miles
Thomas.
in 4 days.
They all.
Vigorous, fast walking. So we both said that it's really going to have to be motivating ourselves.
I know people who like participate with one where you kind of have like a boatel where you could like rent the boats, and I've participated in those with friends.
To get out there and do it on our own and walk at that pace. My problem is just to walk from my RV park. It's just like not a pretty walk. I don't feel unsafe because I'm a guy and all that, but it is kind of ghettoish and a lot of traffic. Where this is a beautiful walk along the water and over the bridge into the beach. And if I have to drive to Nathan Benderson, it's 20 minutes to get there. So you got to get in your car and drive there, spin the gas there and around there and back in the gas hog. And you're really just kind of walking straight along that big lake at Nathan Benderson. I'm not dogging it because it's nice, but it's not as nice as this walk to the beach. So she said what she'll do is put her earbuds in and listen to a book. She loves the book readings and stuff. She's a big reader. And then she'll walk. Teddy walks too, but Teddy, he broke his leg and he doesn't.
Tim, you couldn't even keep up with Jolene. You were like, and for somebody who says he walks at Nathan Benderson and all this stuff, I think you literally get out of your car, you film what you need to film, and then you go back in. I don't think you do anything past that. She sounded like you were out of shape, in my opinion.
Walk as fast, and he doesn't walk as far. So he walks religiously every morning, and not a short walk, but not a long walk. And he gets that done. He likes to do it before the sun comes up, actually. She wants to wait till the sun actually comes up. So everybody's got their own little thing going. But her and I were doing it together and having a conversation, which made it really, go by fast. And, we were both walking very fast. I mean, she walks fast. And I want to keep that up because I know that, like Teddy said, everything you got to do consistently. You can't stop. You can't do something only once in a while or once. You have to do it consistently. And that's
Well, Tim, you're giving yourself away as always. Because you make out like you're Mr. Go to the gym, Mr. I walk every day. The only thing you may consistently do is have that bed made. And now we're working out. It's probably because you sleep in a sleeping bag. That's why Tim is just the best. He's none of the things that he says he is. He's still, the thing I love the most about Tim is that he still dreams and fantasizes like he's a teenager. Like his life is, because for a moment there, he did taste it with his YouTube channel, and then he stole all that money from the American taxpayer.
with anything, the way you think, act, talk, exercise, diet, it has to be consistent. You can have breaks, moderation they call it, but gotta be consistent.
Oh yeah.
Listen who's talking.
Yeah, that's a good
Who's
point.
preaching. But
Yeah, when Teddy broke his leg, was Tim rushing down to give any help, or was that when he cleared out west? Or was he in New York? Yeah, Tim's not going to help around for that. Tim already had to film the fact that he moved some furniture.
been a great little. By the way, my daughter was talking to me today, and she said, "Dad, the other day you were making a video. You kept saying you didn't know it was Friday or Saturday. It was Thursday." I said, "You know what? I had a lot of people in comments tell me that it was Friday. I did not know, and I did not know for actually a couple of hours after the video. I had no clue. I just don't keep up with it. And I'm on this little vacation. Maybe I thought it was a weekend. The weekend was already here, and it's only like today's Friday, right? Yeah, today's Friday. So I got it right. But yeah, I read your comment saying Thursday, tourist.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, look at this. No wind. It's flat.
my
It's calm. It's
God.
nice. It's cloudy, but it's
Oh my God. Tim, you're a squirrel. You're trying to explain how he couldn't get his days straight. And I don't even know if that's just rage bait for comment farming. Because that's what creators do. And who knows with Tim? Or did he legitimately not know what day of the week it was? I don't know. His daughter was concerned enough to call him. And then he squirrels off in the midst of this conversation about something completely different. I'm notorious for that sort of circular conversation where I kind of get distracted and have to find myself coming back to it. I've know that though. I know to come back to point. I try at least. Tim I don't even know if we're going to return back to this point. Maybe we will. Who knows?
Wild. Big changes coming, man. Yeah. This might ice over out here. Go ice skating on the intercoastal. So, won't be doing much over there as far as riding a motorcycle or anything either. But this will pass. I mean, in a few more days, we'll be back to 75, 80 degrees. And we'll be back to doing our thing. And I'll be back over here. Probably not till almost the second week in February, likely, before I come back.
Johnny Vegas had a conversation with me about that guy, Justin. Because I think he met Justin. Because in the video, I think we do see Johnny Vegas in one of the videos. I want to say he met the guy. And he said that he thought that Justin was like a high roller guy and that he had a bunch of cash with him in his bag and like $40,000 and that he disappeared and he's thinking like he lost his money and that was it. He was gone out of town. And that was it. That was the story that Johnny Vegas told me. No lies. That's what he thought happened. He said it was very strange. Because we talked about it.
Everybody has the same boat here. Center console fishing boat. Everybody's got the same boat. That's the Florida boat, or a motor yacht, or a go fast boat. One of the three. Mostly center console, because everybody's into the fishing here. So I'll go back over there and find out if they're back over the Tiki Hut ready to get that chili cooking up. And I'll maybe throw a couple things in my truck that I don't need, that I'll pre-pack to skedaddle out of here tomorrow. I went to BJ's earlier, wholesale. That's like a same.
Maybe he thought Tim was going to be a higher roller than he was. And then he just realized Tim was a cheapskate. But Johnny Vegas thinks that he just lost his money and that's why he cleared out of town. That he was there because that's why he had those nice rooms. Get those nice rooms because you're a high rolling gambler, not because you come to play the penny slots and look for a show, like someone like me.
Sam's or Costco, and I topped off my tank. Forgot how much that was. I don't even want to know. But it did say that it probably just hasn't recalculated correctly. It said I had almost 500 miles till empty, based on the fuel economy I was getting when I reset it to 0, which meant it was getting 26 miles per gallon or something. But that quickly comes down as you drive a few miles. I forgot how many miles you can go on a tank on that truck. It's got a big tank, but not a huge one, not like the Tundra had. But that's about all I got. Oh, I tell you, I'm going to force myself to go to bed early at home and just stay in bed till like 5:30 or 6 in the morning because 2 nights in a row.
He's just trying to figure out a way to extend his stay. But he knows he needs to get home. He's in that conundrum. And yes, it's dangerous just to meet up with some random person walking around with $40,000 in a rucksack in order to do some high stakes gambling. Because Johnny Vegas said he saw that this guy said he had a bunch of cash.
I go to bed early because they go to the cottage.
He was gone.
And
And then he just disappeared.
Go lay down.
He said he
At
disappeared.
8 o'clock.
That this guy just disappeared.
Stay in there till like 5:30. That's more sleep than I get ever. Here's this boat I want to show you. This is called a Sea Ray. That's an RV on the water. And that's a small Sea
Yeah,
Ray.
duffel bag.
But they're really nice. Down below.
We say rucksack for duffel bag. Thank you. I couldn't think of the American equivalent. So thank you.
The ladies love them. I mean, there's AC, there's bedrooms, there's bathrooms, refrigeration, stove. It's an RV. Down below is a whole different thing than what that looked like. And they make them very, very big. And it's kind of a cult, or not a cult, but a big following where they have Sea Ray meets out on the water where everybody has a Sea Ray. They get together.
Maybe that's why he only meets up with couples now. Because maybe the guys he was meeting were just getting strange. Because ever since then, it was like JJ and Bev. And then, it was always like couples. More so than single people. Except he was trying to get up with that one guy who was supposedly getting into town and was going to do the golf tournament. And then, you know, Tim had the thing with the bagel shop and the guy pulled out and Tim was all mad. Shoot, I saw a Tim haters video that came on before I even became one of Tim's haters. And he was going off on blind views and who knows who.
That was
He was really aggressive in those
It
days.
was like about a 30-footer, 28-footer. But they're really cool down below. All right. That's it. We're going to put this one away.
No,
4 o'clock, 4 p.m. 4 p.m.
no, that's just what you call a duffel bag. It's just any type of bag you wear on your back.
It's 60 degrees.
I
Either way, it's coming.
I think I know what you're talking about.
Listen to that
I
sound.
think of a backpack. A rucksack is what you guys call a backpack here. Duffel bag is like long with a thing at the top. That's the duffel bag. Rucksack is more like a backpack. That's the word I'm looking for.
Look over here.
Yeah, that's right. Thank you. That's it.
What a life,
Exactly.
folks. What a life.
That's
Crush it.
Oh, Lord. Sorry. No, Tim, you were so uninteresting. We had a whole entire conversation about the difference between a rucksack, a backpack, and a duffel bag. God, Tim, that's, you know, that's his thoughts left us all into some conversation. Okay. This is where Tim, we don't get any driving videos. This is so wild and so different from Tim. Yeah, they seem rather sketchy. Yeah, rucksack is a brand. Well, we don't in the UK, it's just the name of, you know, a backpack. That's the British English for backpack. Oh, it's okay, Junebug. Oh, he's a jinx. You don't want those. Rucksack is back. Duffel bag is gym bag. I guess so. I guess the duffel bag is a gym bag. I didn't know if a duffel bag was like you were saying, one of those long cylinder types with the drawstring at the top. If that's more like a duffel bag. He really wants to own Teddy's property. Yeah, well, he can't afford that.
Hey, how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim. Check
Oh,
out my
gosh. Look at that.
bedroom. What's going on? Why is it?
Look at for a man who says he's a minimalist, he certainly owns a lot of stuff. And somehow he is, I don't know about if there's 50-mile-an-hour winds. He's bracing, getting those cinder blocks down. He's got a lot of stuff in this place, guys.
No room. This is like how normal RVs are. You get no room. I brought the slide in, and I also brought the slide. I can still sleep in here. I'm gonna put my sleeping bag down. I just threw everything in here. I'm gonna unpack. Okay, I got room. I can put the slide back out for a minute.
Oh, we're discussing semantics. I really thought we were having like a conversation about the fashion around bags. Rather than bag semantics.
I have to. And when the wind's side down, I'll push them back out. I've also got my slide. Look, about a foot or so, a foot and a half in my living room. I can still be in here. This is kind of what I would roll if I was traveling in a rest area, and I just needed to come in here and be able to, you know, get to the refrigerator, sit and watch TV. And as you can see, you know, plenty of room.
Why is he? Oh, what? Oh, that's a reflect. We got quite the reflection going on here. All the stuff. Look at all the stuff he got. Look at all the stuff. Was that, Ray, can you do normal speed because to know if he's drunk? Oh, okay. Tar Heel always gets upset when I play him normal speed.
Still, because I don't have them all the way in. Now I'm going to take some of this stuff out, put it in my shop out there. I got to put
the
this
silverware he got from Miss Jolene. How much stuff this man got in this place? What's all that? Did he get that? Is that what he took from Jolene? I don't know. Did he get Jolene's? He's got a big old box here. What else he got over here, Tim? Maybe we don't see the pew pew out. Let's keep going. I want to see. I'm surveying what he got
out
in
there.
here.
I got to put this.
Oh, he's got some. Did he bring his meat back? Sorry, I'm screaming. Man! He got the eggs. Is that what he brought back? Did he bring back his heavy whipping cream and stuff? Is this what he brought back from Jolene and Teddy's house? Please tell me no.
Heavy whipping cream and this meat away that I just got back, and my boiled eggs from Ted and Jolene's. I got water down here. Everything's a mess. I'm just showing you like it is, okay?
Was he expecting to stay there longer? Why is he? I didn't hear anything. I'm so confused about this trip. He's talking about travel again that we're never going to see. So much non-existent travel.
Because I was hustling and bustling.
Hit the
Let me
mic
show you what I've
Tim.
done outside. I'm going to turn the camera around. And, oh, man, hope the wind doesn't bother us too bad.
Shoot.
Hang on. I'm going to start right here with the gull wing. The winds are going to be out of the northwest. That is northwest.
JJ, I will take your sage wisdom about the RV because one, I know you are a fellow owner, and two, I think you probably know more than Tim.
And so I put the truck there to block the wind. The gull wing is this way instead of sideways, and I've got it literally strapped to my shed and to the camper so that it can't go this way and it can't go forward and it can't go backwards. So it's probably going to be okay. And then I've got my awning in, which stays in. I left my lights on while I was away.
Oh God, Tim, you're always in. Look at this. He's got a Sarasota Tim up here. Look, this person's got a whole thing going on over here. It's his he shed. I'm just teasing. It just sounds funny.
I just have illumination, the front light. And here's my slides. This is what they look like. I was just a little concerned about these awnings up here that come out over the slides because this is there's the northwest that way. So if the winds are going to come this way, I just want those not to be out as wide. And this will be a little thinner. The RV is going to be a little narrower than it would be if these were out. These go out another 1.5 feet. But they hang out to right here. You can see the crack right along there. They come out to about right here. So I thought I did a pretty good job. I got these sucked in a little bit there. And
I mean, this is a quality recording too, because he obviously has no microphone on. It's Tim. I don't know if it's just the wind. I can't tell if he's just slurring, if that's his usual accent. See, I'm not great. He's got a bunch of stuff in the back of the truck now. He's just piling up stuff at the moment.
Batting up the truck here.
Oh, there's Johnny's golf club.
And so I backed it in here.
Johnny Vegas's golf clubs. Because remember, he wanted to go play golf. This rolling around with is these Johnny Vegas's golf clubs that he rolling around with? He is just shameless. This thing is so shameless. Just kidding. Because he was going to meet up with the guy to play golf. And then it got canceled because Tim had to get home or whatever. He was probably hoping that guy will play for his golf game too. You're so bad, Tim. You know what? I'm just gonna call it out anyway. Even though I don't even know. I'm just thinking that.
I simply asked. I said, I wish I could have this dry bacon. Well, I mean, you know what that is.
Shameless.
And so I backed it in here, give it a windbreak. I stopped and got my eye drops at the drugstore.
Oh.
I'm all set for a day or two.
All set for a day or two. Tim, you're losing that eye. I'm telling you, that eye's going to go blind in my estimation. This is for educational information purposes only. As Angel would always make sure I would point out. Angel of Glass. Thank you, Angel of Glass. This is for information, educational purposes only. Tim, that eye's a corner.
The wing is safe. feel really
me
good
say-
about what I've.
I have
I've
other
done here.
motorcycle experts saying that maybe that's not needed to be tethered down like that. I guess you're really expecting some winds tonight, Tim. I bet my snow's like really accumulating outside too. Keep going, Tim.
I took the top off so it doesn't shred or anything. I mean, they're talking 30, 40 mile an hour winds around 3 o'clock till
It was
tomorrow
that.
morning. That's going to be a long,
It was
wind-
SEX. Tim said something kind of alluding to that in the video. They had to, that was what they had in common. That's everything else they didn't get on. But that department they really did. Just something I don't want to think about.
night, and I just didn't want, it to possibly a big gust or whatever come in. So this is nice and taut, not too tight. The guy that owned the bike before, he actually put these tie straps on here for a trailer. Those do not come from Honda. See? And I said, well, let me just.
I call it the he shed. Because it's a he shed.
And I backed it up enough to where the hooks aren't rubbing against my black stuff here. So I think we did a good job. And then the shed, it went through. I put my barbecue grill back here. The shed went through a hurricane already, 2 of them a couple of years ago, year and a half ago. We had Aline and
well, that Two Georges restaurant is where Tammy would pay probably to take Tim for dinner and Carrabba's. Tammy was the person paying for dinner. Notice that Tim doesn't eat anywhere specifically nice anymore.
the other one was called. So to go in there now, I've got food to eat. I've got hamburgers and steaks and all that kind of stuff.
He's back on the carnival.
Gonna batten up the truck.
He didn't mention coming home with a piece of apple pie from Jolene's. Did you notice? Usually he would.
Here. And just, I was invited to go over to Fred and Raffaella's and crash. I wanted to, but I'll just hang right here.
Right, that's nice. I'm so glad. Let me make sure my mic is correct. Oh, not that. I'm going to make sure I'm connected to the right thing. Hold on. There we go. All over the place with the microphone. I keep pulling out my microphone cord for some odd reason. Didn't come home with a piece of apple pie. Surprised he didn't go to Fred and Raffaella's. Maybe they go to bed too early and Tim's kind of, Tim is kind of, one of these individuals. I think he gets up and down at night. So I have a feeling that he's not really going to want to be where he has to maybe be in a small place like Fred and Raffaella's where he can't stay up and just watch their TV and stuff all night. He don't want to be trapped like that. If he wants to watch YouTube all night long and hate the haters, then he's going to do it.
Keep an eye on everything. She's a good girl. And the fact that the camper is 7,000 pounds, I don't know. The winds will rock you around in there. They feel like, they're a lot worse than they are. It's going to be hitting right here. But at least it's not going to be hitting me broadside, And you can see what the neighbors are doing. They're taking down all the skins off of their.
Yes, he's got to point his neighbors out.
Stuff and putting everything down on the ground because everybody is expecting some good winds. And I've done all I can do. So time to close this up. Go inside.
Can you at least put Johnny Vegas's golf clubs away? In the he shed? So damaging this person's property that you should be sending back to Vegas?
Kick it and continue crushing it.
No, you don't crush anything. The only thing you're crushing is that eyeball like a raisin. All right. We got our last video, guys. Tim came back home. I haven't seen this one, so I'm going to be watching this one with you guys. This is going to be a raw react. It's going to be a first time. Hey, Tim. Hold it on. Oh, look what we got out. We got to check what's going on the countertop over here. Is that the pew-pew out? We got pew pew out. Or is that part of a camera equipment? I think that's the pew pew is out. He likes to do that to intimidate us. Let's take a look at the poll real quick, see how we're doing. 77 votes. Let's see if we can get to 100. That would be fantastic. Is Tim staying warm in Bradenton tonight? So we got only one video that I can see. It's probably too windy to do anything of it. Probably shaking around. And I wonder what the winds are. We know the weather was not too bad. Okay, so let's take a look. At 62%, we have no, he is cold and miserable. At 32% so far, we have crushing it with propane heaters. And at 5%, he finally sprung for a hotel room. Well, we know too now that Fred and Raffaella actually offered him a room. So the hotel could be / is he at Fred and Raffiella's place? So we could kind of put that as a preface. Now I've heard that, I can't remember everything that Tim says, even if I watch him, a lot of times. Inevitably, just like a lot of you probably listening to me now, probably doing other stuff and not necessarily hearing every word that's being dripped, every little diamond nugget of gold in Tim's life that's coming out. But this is going to be a live react with you guys. I've not heard this because this just appeared when I was getting ready to go live with you guys. And I'm excited because I'm gonna this isn't too long. We're gonna speed him to let's go to 1.25. We try to see whether or not you've been inebriating yourself earlier, Tim.
Come on, everybody, Sarasota Tim. Well, welcome to the Ice Age. It is absolutely blowing out there and freezing. Look what I have. That is a sleeping bag. And I just took a break from it. I won't be long. I'm going to get back in there and zip it up and continue watching Top Gun Maverick. It's the one where he instructs the young people, the latest last one of Top Gun. Pretty good movie. He's much older, and he's training these young bucks.
Going actually probably holding that flagstaff down, JJ. It's very micro light, remember? And that's the thing, it's probably not very insulated because where you're losing in weight, you're also losing in insulation.
But folks, I have no idea. I got my long handles on. No idea how people live in cold weather. None. It is absolutely bizarre. I mean, what fun is it? None. 6 months of the year, you're freezing. You can't wear board shorts. You can't go to the beach. You can't. No, I'm out. I'm out. And I don't know where this came from, but we are having, the winter of a lifetime. I've never seen it like this. It's blowing so hard out there, and you can really feel it in the camper here.
Don't say that. Because Tim going to return that now. I think it's because it just doesn't look very structured. Because his shoulders, he's not working out. So his shoulders look very. All right, I'm gonna have to listen, guys. I'm gonna try not to read the chat. So I'm just gonna listen so I can make comments. Okay, I'll let the moderators take care of the chat. I'm gonna concentrate on Tim because if I get into the chat, I won't hear half the stuff he says. All right, take it away, Tim.
I hope everything will be all right. It's supposed to go till 7 in the morning. It's only 10 till 7 p.m. now. So I got 12 hours while I lay in that bed in there and go, this is it. This is it. Worrying about.
Tim, I thought you said, and I'll make sure to come and check in the chat, but I'm just saying I'm going to be on the video just to make sure I listen. Tim, I thought you said that it's the best Flagstaff floor plan, best way to live, wouldn't give it up. And you're talking about the fact that you're all, sad fishing about and probably hoping you get some buy me a coffee donations. I hope you put out a dang good crushing it for Christ in the morning. If you make it through the night, because it sounds like you're going to have a rough one.
Well, this camper. So yeah, it's not, I don't think there's any campers up north. How can you possibly be in one if it's freezing? Wouldn't the lines all freeze up? I've got to.
Does Tim really not think there's any type of, I promise you, Tim, it's snowing at the moment pretty heavily here in Virginia, and not far down the road from me are mobile home parks. So they're not probably very warm inside of those homes at the moment for some of those people. And we were also being, trying to encourage anybody that we saw who was unhoused to make sure that they're trying to get in touch with services and get off of the streets, because they don't need to be out in this tonight. Otherwise, they're going to lose their lives. They won't survive. It'll be little matchstick girl all over again.
The thing that says on here, a switch that says
sad story.
tank heater. I don't know what tank it means. Maybe the fresh water tank or something. I don't know.
What?
To keep the RV from freezing. I'm not going to turn it on because it's not going to be,
Tim, instead of watching Maverick and acting like you could, why don't you take the time to watch the YouTube? You got YouTube Premium and find out what that means, because maybe it's important. It's like, for example, with my heat pump here and air handler, whatever. One of the things that they don't often put in Virginia is the backup, like emergency to kick in for the heat, because it often doesn't get that cold in Virginia. So they just don't even put them in as part of the thing. Like you have to sort of tell your AC guy coming in, like, no, I want that thing put in, because if it gets really cold, I want to make sure it knows it can kick into emergency. And, it has to have this certain circuit thing. Otherwise, you don't have it. I remember I had to have that done.
that it's going to be like 20 something degrees wind chill.
He's like,
while it's actually over about 35 or 36 or 38. I don't know, some ridiculous number we're going to have tonight. And then get this.
Tim, you should see how happy Roscoe looks. He doesn't even know that I'm going to have to put the little coats on them in a minute after this and get them outside to go last night parties, because they got to go potty. I took them out one time when it just started snowing, and then, we had to get the live started.
I've already checked the hourly forecast.
Uh-oh.
The all day tomorrow is cold. The all night tomorrow night with wind chill is cold.
I know, and I showed you the comparison of what he's experiencing and what I'm having for my weather. I don't even know how many inches of snow I've got up there. I have at least 2 out there now. At least 2 inches. I mean, it's probably not but the worst part about this area is that generally, like I said, we don't get very cold weather like this, which is why you could find that the emergency thing for the heat might not even be part of your house. You got to check in on that stuff here.
And then the all day Monday and the Monday night, it's not going to be until Tuesday before it's going to be, we can go outside. I'm glad I came home, because Ted and Jolene are going to be coming outside. They're going to be sitting in their little.
Thank you, JJ, because I know you do have a RV, and you are used to using yours, and probably correctly. He has a 6-gallon tank for his hot water, which is pretty small, actually. If he doesn't drain it or leave it on, it will be ruined. 1K repair. And that makes sense, because, yeah. So he either needs to let it, so with this, you do need, because so he does need to drip that line to stop it from freezing, or he needs to get rid of it, because the freezing on that is going to take, oh God. Oh God. Hey, Tim, did you see this? I mean, instead of watching, why don't you take your time and actually, you put a video a couple of days ago on this very subject. I know, I've seen some of the videos that you've put out recently. And I'm wondering to say if I saw this one too. But I don't own an RV, so I might have watched it and then just escape out my mind. But I do remember that you did have one about how he's not taking care of the RV well. Which is always great. I mean, he already has that. It's supposedly leaking, and he had to get someone to fix something like leaking inside a cabinet. Didn't he have to have the neighbor come and fix that? Whatever that was. And then the awning doesn't come out properly. I mean, he's having all sorts of short showers. Yeah, definitely. That's why he's always showering at the gym. Because he's not really, Oh, he probably was all excited because he had to, had enough propane probably to have a shower at the RV. Quick shower there. He wouldn't have to go to the gym. You have a tankless water heater. They are very popular in Europe. And then you're building all separate and have your own water heater so it doesn't affect anybody else. Yeah, that's important too. Having separate water heater meters. But the tankless, that's a very popular thing to have in the UK. I have tanks. I have to get mine replaced all the time and, get the hose and get all the sediment out the bottom and this, that, and the other. I always forget to do that. I was supposed to do that. And on-demand water is the best way to use it. Well, he's not going to do that. Tim doesn't upgrade anything except instead of him doing that, instead of him upgrading this, he's upgrading that bike that's probably going to get ruined to whatever weather is about to hit. You never thought about him taking short showers? Oh, yeah. Well, he's got to go to Planet Fitness. He's got to go take at the public showers. You help him warn him. Oh, you saw. Well, he called his neighbors all like shopaholics and drunks. I don't think they like to hang out with him that much. His neighbors we had that one where we watched it. His neighbors are like peering around, like watching Tim with the bike, like trying to figure out. Like the guy had like a screwdriver or some type of tool in his hand. He comes around the corner, trying to figure out what was this buffoon up to. Because we know Tim can't do anything.
A cottage, and there's nothing to do out there when you're freezing to death. Can't go boating or anything. Can't ride motorcycles.
Oh,
so certainly can't go to the beach. So this really blows. Forgive the pun. But anyway, I digress. Okay, I get it. It's like this every year. You people go snow skiing, go snowboarding. You build snow.
I couldn't imagine. Thank goodness I've got a big old tank over here at the condo because I have a heavy duty shower and I have one where you can actually change the pressure and the temperature. It's like two separate levers so that you're not having just one lever that controls it. So I can get really good pressure and exactly the temperature that I want. It's fantastic. When I had that shower done in my main bedroom, I took out the bathtub and put in a walking shower, and my plumber suggested that, and then he actually got me that shower head on the contractor price and didn't mark it up for me. Really good work. Very happy.
Oh man, my daughter sent me a video in Atlanta. It's like she even for her, she said this is a one and done. She went out and she made a little video with her drone she got for Christmas. And the dog, Harley, is running around in the snow. He loves it. There's snow like this deep in her yard. It doesn't really snow much in Atlanta. Yeah, they get dustings every year, but it is very cold. God. And so it's really, really cold up there right now.
Oh, his teeth are wild. There's some moments on that dock at Teddy's house. It was frightening with the teeth. They look like they're very difficult to floss and keep clean.
But all over the place. So, man, I feel sorry for you. I'm going to have some more coffee. The problem with my bike, I took my backrest off. The wind is blowing. It was raining, and I can't put a cover on it. And I forgot that seat that I have is not waterproof. So I've got this seat cover they give you for the ultimate seat. And then I went out there and stuffed a towel down.
Well, I think Tim probably knew his motorbikes too. He probably knew he needed to get back and take care of the Goldwing and stuff because that is an expensive bike. You know, you can't. And why he doesn't have a cover over it, I don't know.
So the wind doesn't blow it off. Hopefully everything's going to be fine. There's no rain now, but it did rain earlier, but it was coming at a, with a wind.
Oh my gosh. I can hear like people on dirt bikes going nuts in the neighborhood. That's wild. They're going to get in trouble soon. Then I'm going to hear police sirens soon.
And so hopefully it didn't like just drench on my seat. Man, this was really crazy. Look at I just got everything just scattered out. I did make a burger.
Oh God.
And a couple of boiled eggs for dinner tonight. I'm full. I'm good. And I'm drinking some water, but I did make a pot of coffee. Maybe I'll have another cup because it's only 7 o'clock. Why not? Let's have a cup. Well, I don't have a cup clean. Oh, I do. Got one right here. So it's good to be.
Gosh, we have a woods near our house and it's pitch black. And I guess these dirt bikes are out there. Oh my gosh, it's wild. Police are going to get upset. It is bad out there.
Be home and not have to be sequestered outside. And I don't want to run up all my propane. So 130. So my daughter said when she goes camping, she puts her sleeping bag on and sits in it in like a chair or whatever. So I'm doing it right here and it works awesome, especially with your long handles on. I don't have my long handle bottoms.
If I get too cold, Tim, I got 2-dog night. I got 2 dogs that are keeping me warm every night too. So one on either side of me on the bed. They keep me like pinned in.
So I got
my big thick
boxers
blanket
on right
on
now
too
with
now.
some full-length socks. Yeah, I've been watching a movie. I got the internet. I got the food. I got drink. I got everything I need. I'm around here. I'm in Sarasota, Bradenton.
Tim gets those words from what he sees on YouTube.
And it's freezing. Yeah. So I'll make some.
Tim's the way he talks about freezing, where there's like subscribers of him getting hit by a snow bomb cyclone at the moment.
Make some coffee for myself and get back in my chair. I have a prime. Hear that? See all that marbling? That is prime. I'm going to make that, I think, with eggs in the morning. Steak and eggs. Or, lunch. I don't know. We have to find.
Are you asking Tim what sequestered means? Like stuck in.
Some way to actually go
Well,
walk.
I think at least that's how I interpret it.
Because
I'm not saying I'm correct.
I weighed in on my scale here. Since Jolene and I walk 3 miles every day for 4 days in a row, I got like 15 miles of walking in. I went down 3 pounds, even after all her food. Just imagine if I did that here and didn't eat her food. I would rather have her food. It's good, huh? But the way I'm eating.
Well, Catherine should understand that term. Yeah, well, kind of. That's how he's using it. Like sequestered like a jury, like stuck inside. Like you can't talk to anybody. Yeah. I'm not saying he's using it correctly. But he's trying to be. Tim just likes to use long words. Doesn't mean he's using them appropriately. But yeah, and the 3-dog night, of course, comes from the fact that I believe it is in the Aboriginal culture. That so I don't want to say the Maoris because that's obviously I know they're very different tribes of people. But they get super cold. I believe they would have what was known as a 3-dog night. They would call it a 3-dog night because they would need 3 dogs to stay warm. That's a word salad. I'm having a word salad.
I had a few of you talk about, get off the carnivore. Quit talking about the carnivore. You're not a carnivore. Hey, you do you. I'll do me. Hey, you know what she gave me?
Well, Tim, and that's the thing. Now, we all know I'm not a fan of the carnivore diet because I'm not a fan of restrictive diets, especially one that, could lead to more heart disease. I mean, you already have probably problems in my estimation. But you're using a term to describe a diet that you do not adhere to. So I think that's where people get kind of irritated with you. Like, irritated enough that you've lost a bunch of subscribers. I mean, YouTube cleared you out.
I told her I was naked for spoons and knives. Look, I'm all hooked up with case knives and spoons.
Oh, he
Teaspoons for
did.
coffee.
They were.
Yeah.
I was right. They were the ones from Jolene. And then JJ said he just threw a bunch out. He just can't resist. Oh my God.
Yeah, I got a spoon. I ain't got to worry about washing one now. I only had 2 before. You know that noise, right? Let's try it out.
Yeah.
May not be hot enough.
Yeah, because we saw the weather. It wasn't that cold. I'm sad fishing. Want some buy me a coffee donations.
It's perfect. Folks, that's the best cup of coffee I've ever drank in my life. Man, that's good. I'm not kidding you. With all the complaining I just did, it really does feel good to be standing.
Oh, it is a band called Three Dog Night, but that's where the name comes from. Or that's what it refers to. A 3 Dog Night is a really cold night. And that's how they would refer, I believe it was the Aboriginals, to how cold it was. Like, it was so cold there would be a 3 dog night. You know, they would need to have 3 dogs. And that's, you know, that's how they got their name.
In this Flagstaff,
From that.
in my own insulated furnace,
Yes, it was the
electric fireplace,
indigenous
space
Australian.
heater,
Yes.
sleeping
Yes,
bags.
it's not the Maoris. I said that I did not want to get them mixed up. I did not want to be incorrect. It's the Aboriginals. It's probably the dingoes.
A truck if I have to. I mean, I'm good. Food,
That's how I understood.
I'm good. A generator in the back of that truck, if the power goes out, I won't suffer. Bring on your darn winter. I got it. I got it.
Yeah, and we don't know. And I think we always know with just, you know, Sammy's could be absolutely right. Tim is just, you know, always baiting for, you know, either coffee donations or content. You got to make his content seem more exciting, you know, because it's certainly not through the travel that he promises. He talked about so much travel, constantly talks about travel that we don't ever get to see.
This.
Not really. Because even when he does,
I'm going to head back over to Boynton
Boynton
Beach in a couple of weeks, probably around the 15th, mid-month. Tom's birthday is the 17th. We'll probably go out to dinner that night or something, or of the weekend, whenever he wants to celebrate it, you know. We'll see. He's going to be down with his wife. And we're going to have some fun over there. Have some more fires and cookouts and camping out. If it's not too cold, maybe I'll bring my tent. I might buy another one to take with me.
Tim is such a minimalist. He needs like 15 forks, 10 knives, and 17 spoons. Because if you're a minimalist, you maybe would have 2 of everything, but not that big old collection. Especially if you have an RV that you're supposedly toting around, you just pick up and go. That's a lot of cutlery you're going to be wanting to not have rattling around in there, potentially. Or more weight to put into something that you're going to have to, you know, drag on the back of a truck that you already complain cost, you get 9 miles to the gallon. So that's going to potential, once you put this weight on, that 9 miles to the gallon probably looks a lot less, which is wild. Even on the highway. Maybe it's about that on the highway then. JJ probably knows, but I'm sure it's not inexpensive. Especially when you have that truck.
On my truck trip with the bike.
It's a lot of money.
I
That's why
got
you don't
all my
travel.
refunds and all my
That's
things.
why we don't see Tim travel, because he used to make a lot more money from his channel and get a lot more buy me a coffee donations and could afford the gas. And last time he did any type of travel, did that, he really went on about the gas to Georgia. And if he's not getting that many donations and his buy me a coffee and his YouTube is down a bit, I mean, his views were, you know, nothing like he used to get, but I mean, at least he was getting over 3,000. So he was getting better than he usually does. But that might be because a lot of people are stuck inside with the weather.
Things that I bought, installed on the bike, and all the things that I decided was stuff I didn't need that I returned or exchanged. Like I got the wrong tires, so I bought the tires again. I got the right size. They're sitting out there. They're not on there yet. Heavy duty tubes and rim locks and all this stuff that I have to install yet. But everything else, all the dust settled. And tonight I ordered some slime. I actually have a slow leak in my e-bike. So I'm going to slime it. And
Is that the bike we haven't even seen be able to be put together because supposedly the company told you to hold off on making the video for it because they didn't have them in stock?
that seems
Trying to
easier
keep
than
up with
trying
all
to
his
pull the wheel
story.
off and pull the tube out. I mean, it's such a slow leak. Slime's going to work for sure. And I also bought a new 45 watt charger for the wall, one of those bricks for my iPhone. All the little bricks I had are gone. The one that I'm using now has a USB-A. If you don't know what that is, it doesn't have the small.
Yeah, they all changed it to make it European standard, Tim. And how can you afford a cube, but you can't afford a $45 copay to your eye doctor? You can afford all this other stuff, but you don't want to get the $45 copay for the doctor. They're stealing money from you.
USB-C, and I use a C to C. So I ordered that in the slime. That'll be coming tomorrow, 1-day delivery. And I had like $60 worth of rewards.
And since I probably am not going to be at work tomorrow and I'll be doing a members only, I'll probably do both, which if Tim gives more content. But anyway, the members only is going to happen anyway. I have some interesting stuff about I got some interesting stuff about mail and all sorts of stuff. There's all sorts of interesting things. I'm promising you. You're going to find out a lot more stuff about Tim, whatever Tim got going on in the background that he doesn't talk about on his channel.
On my Amazon Prime MasterCard.
All sorts of stuff.
Remember that card I filled out and I got $250 just for getting the card? And I used that to buy that DJI action camera. Well,
yes, thank you.
All these purchases, you get these rewards. They add up really quick. And so when you buy something on Amazon, they're like, you want to use the reward? So the brick tonight and the slime.
Oh, he has no idea. He don't know what he look at.
Zero cost. I had $66 and I used about 35 or 40 of it. I still have money left. In fact, here's a take eye drops as a reminder. Hey,
yeah, Tim gonna ignore that. I mean, he's probably gonna do it with a filthy hand. Because he's got no hot water coming out this stuff. Tim, I hope you got some water on hand.
Hey, I got 3 bottles of eye drops. I went straight to CVS when I got home. My doctor prescribed the what I needed. It said no refills. I thought, well, I was going to get 1 bottle. Well, I'll just ask him for more when I go see him next week. When I got there, my disadvantage plan, 0. And it's the first prescription I've gotten in 2026 and no cost. And I had 3 bottles that they gave me at one time. I mean, that's like, I only use a drop in one, just the left eye for that one. So I'm good for a long.
For that one? What about the other one? Well, I'm glad you have no excuse not to use your medication then, Tim. I'm glad your disadvantage plan doesn't want you going blind.
Long time on eye drops.
Well, that's good news, Tim.
And I was worried that in 2026, like get back.
Because Tim wouldn't want, especially Teddy, they wouldn't want things that are for everybody, because, but how much Tim enjoys it at the end of the day.
Program of $150 a month back into my Social Security didn't change. But the, what is this?
Oh, and that's the other thing I need to bring up in the members only is that clip. I got to bring that clip up that we keep trying to find.
Wells Fargo. Oh.
Wells Fargo.
Something going on there. I got to check that one.
Tim. I know Tim's been getting a number of calls lately.
The deductible for your before they pay, but apparently these are like low tier drugs. And some of those eye drops can be like $300. So fortunately, that was not an expensive one, and I got it for free, and I got 3 bottles. So bingo, good for me.
Oh yeah, we would
So
never
I mean,
do
I
that.
was
Tim,
I was
too.
hoping it wasn't going to be no $300 eye drop.
Tim would have $300 high drop. This is what just is so interesting when you have somebody who doesn't want to spend $300 on an eye drop to keep potentially his eyesight, but could have $1,000 tied up in a bunch of garbage for a dirt bike his ass has barely been on. That if he doesn't keep that eyesight, he's certainly not going to be able to definitely be on that dual sport. It's just so, it just fascinates me just how immature and childish and ridiculous it is.
And I would have to pay the whole thing until I met my deductible, which I think is 300, 600, some ridiculous number this year.
Right.
But I was going to change my plan because I want that $150 back into my Social Security,
Yeah.
especially when they only gave us like,
Yeah, and that's fine by me. If we're all adding into it and we keep everybody safe, that'd be great. But Tim unfortunately didn't even, he's somebody who would vote against it, but still enjoys it. He's a hypocrite.
none increase from last year.
So long as
whatever
he's
did go
getting,
up,
he don't care.
They took back in the Medicare cost, Part B. Well, I enjoyed that coffee. Time to get back in my sleeping bag. Time to get back
Yeah.
to watching Top Gun.
That's because Tim is using their shower facilities. That's where he takes his showers. He jokes about getting his pump on. I think he's pumping is the soap dispenser.
And I might even trail off on that and switch it around to something else. Maybe some motorcycle stuff I haven't seen in a while on YouTube and everything. And then it's going to be off to bed. I'm going to sleep in the sleeping bag on my bed like I was doing over there.
Why don't you just sleep? I need to move around when I sleep. I am not a fan of being in sleeping bags. I feel very not claustrophobic per se. I just feel like contained. And I really am like somebody who likes to move in angles across my bed. It's the reason why I have a big bed.
I may not ever have to make my bed again. I may just get in that sleeping bag every night and,
God.
till summer comes and do it
Yeah.
that way. It's such a nice bag. Look
I
at it.
mean, that's usually just the type of guy I want. A 67-year-old who's like camping down in his RV and a sleeping bag. Sounds very inviting.
The Kawasaki bag. It's that.
His wires. I always like to see what Tim got going on. Tissues. He's always messing with his nose. There's that green. Oh, he likes that green color. It's got to get things to match. So it's got to match the bike. Why don't you just get one of those, what do they call those things? Oh, you know what I'm talking about, everybody. Help me out. It's the Snuggie. Was it the Snuggie? Was it the Snuggie? Where you could actually get it was like a blanket, but it was like a blanket, but it was something you could wear, but it was something that was like a blanket. Was that the Snuggie? Why doesn't he just get one of those? What would they call that? Oh my gosh, you know what I'm talking about? There used to be on the infomercials, all infomercials. That's right, infomercials. Yes, this just sounded weird for a second. With it, was it the Snuggie? What was that thing called? Snuggie. It was the Snuggie. Kugel. Is that was it called in New Zealand? It was the Snuggie. That's what I'm thinking about. The Snuggie with arms and legs like the onesies for the adults. The blanket with the arms. Yes. He needs one of those. Oh gosh, I want to see Tim in one of those.
Lime green.
Gosh, I'm envious.
Yes, a mess
Tim
in
of your
here.
setup. I'm so envious of Tim's setup at the moment, man. I wish I could be living this well.
It's just all my
I'm
stuff.
just jealous. I'm a jealous hater. I just, I'm hating on Tim because Tim has it so much better than I do because Tim doesn't have a prison job. Tim doesn't have a prison job at all.
Just haven't put away yet. So that's really all I got. I'm going to check out what them texts were I just got in from my neighbor in Wells Fargo and take my eye drops.
Oh, your neighbor got you a text? Interesting. Wells Fargo? Is that one of Tim's credit card companies? Maybe they want to know why you got your small business loan, Tim. Maybe they were the bank that received that $58,400 on your behalf. Maybe they want to know why. We're going to take a look at that thing real quick to finish it out. Just to finish this out real fast. Let's finish it out.
Back to crushing it.
No. All right. So what we're going to look at real fast is, and if you have, where are we at? Oh, 92 votes. Let's get to 100 votes before I finish the stream, guys. If you haven't had a chance to participate in my stream vote yet. This one, it says, is Tim staying warm in Bradenton tonight? Winning is no, he is cold and miserable. But he's got that sleeping bag. What are you talking about? How can he be cold and miserable when he has that sleeping bag? We're going to watch this news report real quick about this lady out in Charlotte who had it's an awesome story, had a loan similar to Tim's for less money, surprisingly. And so I wanted to take a look at this because it's just kind of potentially interesting because people are still being brought to some form of justice on this. All right, so I'm just trying to find this news thing real fast. I know I watched it today. Hold on. I know. Hold on. Miss Vicky sent it to me. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it this way. Here we go. There we go. Okay. Let me see. Is it through here? Or is this? Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. That's interesting. All right. Okay, here we go, guys. Let me put it at normal speed. Okay, good. Okay. Former councilwoman speaks out after agreeing to plea. And thank you so much for this news channel for allowing us to share this story.
We have new details tonight about former Charlotte City Councilwoman Tijuana Brown. She's speaking out after agreeing to plead guilty in her federal wire fraud case. Channel 9's crime reporter Hunter Sines has been covering this story since she was first indicted and learned.
So this story came out, just to say, 1 day ago, very recent. And I've always said wire fraud. And as we know, Tim definitely did that thing online.
The penalties that she will likely face.
Tijuana Brown says she will get probation as part of this plea deal, and according to the deal itself, she is also on the hook for tens of thousands of dollars after she now admits to fraudulently receiving more than $40,000 in PPP loans that she used for personal expenses. Former Charlotte City Councilwoman Tijuana Brown says she's taking a plea deal to put a federal wire fraud case behind her, taking to Facebook Live once we broke the news of the deal Thursday.
I'm not making any comments at all.
But she actually had a lot to say, 28 minutes worth of comments.
Whoever thought I was going to prison, you're stupid.
According to a signed plea deal, Brown admits
So she's not going to prison, but she's on the hook for a lot of money. So potentially, if Tim were to have any type of consequence, his best and the thing that would hurt Tim most is actually having to return all that money.
She fraudulently received more than $43,000 in small business and PPP COVID relief loans before she was elected.
See, that's what Tim has, small business and COVID relief. He has the two. And his is over 70-some thousand, plus he took unemployment. His is getting pretty high. So I've always said it's restitution they're going to go for. Tim has no money. He spends everything he has.
And used it in lavish ways. She celebrated her 50th birthday going over the hill and through the streets of Charlotte in a horse-drawn carriage, arriving at the Harvey Gantt Center where the celebration was held, and even posing for pictures on a throne.
I'm always surprised too. Maybe this is somebody who wasn't paying her SBA loan back. I don't know if it's just taking time. I'm always surprised.
Feds say it was a $15,000 affair made possible by fraud.
My mom sat on the couch. She watched WSOC TV run the story, run the birthday party. And here they go running the birthday party, which, is sad.
We ran it because Brown has now admitted to it on paper. As part of the deal, prosecutors will ask for probation. In these sorts of cases,
Don't bring your mother into this, girl. That's sad.
for restitution and fines, the feds try to get back the amount a defendant intended to steal or take. In this case, it's just over $43,000 that Brown will have to pay back.
Yeah.
She's told us
She's
already done
Good
that.
explanation.
Oh, y'all know explanation.
Oh, yeah.
None. You don't know what me and my family going through. What this has cost us.
A judge will have the ultimate say on approving this plea deal. Brown is a previously convicted felon for fraud, and that could be used against her.
I can tell you're a New Yorker, Sammy. You nailed it, girl. She already had a previous conviction for fraud. Somehow was elected to council in Charlotte. Way to go, Queen City.
As the judge is likely to consider.
And I love
her
Charlotte. I lived in Charlotte. It's a great city. It's a really nice city to live in, actually.
Previous criminal record at sentencing. Outside the federal courthouse in Uptown, Hunter Signs, Channel 9, Eyewitness News.
Thank you. Oh, sorry. So thank you, Miss Vicky, for sharing that with me. I enjoyed sharing that. Let's take a look. She had form, yeah. They all have a sense of entitlement. All right. 95 votes on my poll. Darn, I was hoping to get to 100, but I'm going to end it there because I want to get everybody home. We've already been live streaming for so long, and it's been so much fun. Let me end the poll. So is Tim staying warm in Bradenton tonight? He has that sleeping bag, guys. Don't you doubt he's not feeling warm in there. No, he is, and all that propane. No, he is cold and miserable, says 64%. 32% said crushing it with propane heaters. Sounds really safe inside the RV. And then lastly, he finally sprung for a hotel room. And I'm thinking to myself, why don't you just get space heaters? But they're not safe either. You're not, I promise you. Anybody who's an electrician, they are not fans of space heaters. I have one that I use in my bathroom. Just at this time of year, I have and with Junebug or my dogs. Because my dogs don't really like hair dryers put on them. But I have this space heater that swivels, I guess. And I just put that inside the bathroom instead. And the puppies get dry really easy that way. So when it's because Junebug will freak out if I try to put a hair dryer. But this way, she's kind of forced to have to stay with the heat. And at the same time, it dries my bathroom out at the same time afterwards, preventing less mold. So it's like a win all the way around. All right, guys. It's been so much fun tonight, and I really do appreciate you all being here. It was a blast, actually. So many fun things. I'm so glad I got the energy to finally come out and see you guys. Like I said, looks pretty gnarly outside here in Virginia Beach. So probably thinking I'm not going to be at work tomorrow. So you might find me live streaming tomorrow afternoon. So look out for that. But it's going to be a members only. And then I might do a regular one, depending on how much energy. I got a lot of laundry to do. But I want to thank Sammy for your wonderful super chat. For DJ Shelly Shell's wonderful super chat. Thomas Winters and Sorcerer's him gifting 70 memberships. And for all of you for being here and supporting me as well, because it takes the community to have this much fun. And I think that we certainly did that tonight. So make sure you hit the likes on the way out, everybody. I know we're all saying goodbye. So be safe if you're anywhere. And I hope you're warmer and having a lot more fun than Sarasota Tim. All right, guys. Catch you on the next one. Bye.
Life and Vibe, thanks so much. My queen, my Sarasota Tim expert.